thought it was like Storm from X-Men.
Oh, you be Storm?
Yeah,
Okay, what about Storm?
because Storm
She's
is
an empowered
black.
woman, or because she knew how
She
to
was
do the web?
black. She had power. I like X-Men, that whole trilogy thing. When I think
I
of
love X-Men too.
like black women in outside of like real people that were portrayed somebody like Storm.
I love that. That's a good answer. Every answer is a good answer. I could see Storm too, and I think there was something about Storm where she was just a normal,
She
like,
should, let's be mindful.
sometimes
She
the
also
characters
was
could be very
married. She
sassy, or
also
the
was married
characters
to
are very
Black Panther.
nerdy. Like, she was a normal woman. I
Right,
didn't feel like she was.
and in the comic world, she was married to Black Panther. I was gonna say the whole Black Panther. They were
I didn't know
together in the
that.
comics. Yes, and so yeah,
You know that? I didn't know that.
yeah. So that was another thing, and so Black Panther, that whole thing is it was like that stuff I would be into if it was movies. Like if let me be in Wakanda, like any of them characters, don't matter.
Right. No, I mean, I understand. No, I know. And I liked I like all of the like different series. I think Wolverine was my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah.
Wolverine was my. Did you see the most recent? Was it the most recent one when Wolverine was the little girl?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that was really good. Well, he was grown,
Hmm.
and then the new Wolverine was a little girl. So
Hmm.
she tore ass. She. I mean, so that little girl was lethal. I couldn't believe the shit that she was doing. I was like, yeah, little girl,
That's
yeah,
what
you
I'm talking
got it.
about. Kick ass.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Right.
Women empowerment. Like, I would be not. Is it Wonder Woman? What's the? Is it one? No, it is Wonder Woman, right? The one
There's
that,
Wonder Woman. There's also Supergirl.
super.
And that's old school. I like Supergirl
Old
back in the day in
school.
the 80s.
I think old school.
When
That's
Supergirl
also
came
gold
out,
too.
yeah, when Supergirl came out, I was like, yo, this shit is cool. It's like Superman's little sister, some shit. Like, who is this girl? But yeah, I love Supergirl.
I like Supergirl too. I would be. I guess I would be a character.
I would
I don't
definitely, I'd
know.
be a superhero.
I'd be. It's nothing wrong with being a superhero. That has superpowers. This dog is driving me crazy because now I know it's got to try to find out where he is. Look, he's in my. I just wait. Hold on a second. I just want to show you where my dog is.
Oh,
That's up.
God, man. Look, but you in the closet, though. We were just talking about this. Are you, so, so he can't see?
Doesn't matter.
This dog is barking at a shoebox. If you don't get out of there, Mr. Fluffy.
His name is Snowball. He used to be a
Snowball.
snowball. He used to be a snowball when he was younger. Now he more look like, I got a banana the other day for calling. Now he's a sea head. Now he's a sea head because look
Oh,
how tight. Look at him. He
oh,
look, he
no.
look horrible because he used. I used to have to pay like $80 every 3 months to go get his hair done. But after last year, I'm like, listen, I ain't spending this money on you no more. I
Yeah,
was like, I'll cut your hair
this
myself.
called him
So I've been,
melted ice.
yeah, he melted.
You MI now.
He be looking so bad. So then what I do is, because he's curly, he got curly hair, so he gets mad. It starts getting dread if I don't keep up with it. So I've been cutting his hair myself. Man, I've been doing such a horrible ass job on his damn hair.
What what type of dog is it?
It's a Lhasa poodle. So it's a Lhasa Apso and a poodle.
Okay.
So it got straight hair and curly hair. I don't know what it's supposed to do. So Lhasa Apso is those. You ever see those dogs that look like mops? They
Yeah,
got all this
yeah,
straight
yeah.
hair. Yeah, but he's also mixed with a poodle, so it's like straight hair and
Oh
curly
Lord,
hair. So
what
it
kind
gets
of
matted up and it's a mess.
talk about biracial? Damn. I'm about to look this up. Lassitude.
I do remember we just know. And that's why the motherfucker don't want to unalive. He's still alive. He's
Oh baby.
still alive. He's keeping strong. But you saw him, he was in the corner, hiding in two boxes, barking at the boxes, like, box, get out my way.
Lassitude.
And he never goes in my class. He's never usually in my room. He's always stays in my son's room. So I don't even know how he even got over there. But I was looking. I'm like, I hear him barking, but like, where the hell is he? I couldn't find him. I don't know. I don't know. He's my doggy, though. But I got him. He was the size of my hand. He was so tiny, and he was all white and
Oh,
curly
they're
hair.
so
It
cute.
was so cute. And because I asked my son's father, I wanted a dog because so he could clean up the damn food off the, because my son used to always throw food on the floor. So he's like, I wanted a dog to eat the food off the floor. But I wanted him to get it from like at the like $40 at the local, shelter or something. Then he come home with this $800 damn dog. I was like, why? I don't need and high maintenance. I had to have eye surgery. Had to get his ears plugged because of all that damn hair. I had to give him $80 haircuts. I'm like, this dog was more of a hassle than actually a mutt. Give me a mutt. I want a mutt.
I'm a dog. I'm a mutt.
That's not the song, is it?
Yeah.
Is that what he says?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes. I'm a dog. I'm a mutt.
He said, listen, I knew the song, but I know he's a
That is
mutt.
the name of the song. Like, that's
I'm
literally
a dog, I'm a mutt. That's the name of the
Yes.
song. Matter of fact, Chicago John had me looking up something yesterday, and when I looked it up, I can't think of it. Okay, I know you probably know what it is. There is good morning, Leah. There's okay, so there Chicago John was talking. He said that when a man releases, there's a something brain. It's a name for brain where they start thinking clearer after they nut. Have you ever heard of that?
I mean, yeah, they have that moment of clarity. That's why they.
Moment of
That's why.
clarity, but there's an actual official name for that. It's actually a
Hold
thing.
on.
So he had me Google it, right? And when I Googled the official name, the song came up. And I was just like, I said, they made a song about it? I didn't know that. I didn't think that was a real thing. Yeah, look, if I went to my Google, I'm pretty sure it's right there because the
It's
Google
talking
be
about
always
post-nut clarity.
post-nut clarity. Yeah, and there's actually a song.
It's a non-medical term referring to the sudden feeling of improved cognition or clarity some individuals experience after orgasm, potentially leading to better decision-making or a calming effect.
Isn't that interesting? See, you didn't know about it either. I didn't know about it either.
No, I've heard of that, but it's not a medical
It was just
term.
like that's something they would just say. I didn't think it was like an actual like thing that a lot of people that people go through or men go through because it's a man thing too.
Women. No, it's not. It's a women thing too.
Is it? Have you ever had clarity after sex? Like,
Hell
damn,
yeah.
what did I just do?
That's why I'm ready for you to get the hell up out my shit when I'm done. That's why I stick to the plan. That's why you stick. That's the moment of clarity. The problem is, so that all goes back to the intent in the beginning. That's why it's always we already know what we gonna do with this person when we see them.
Right.
Either you gonna get some or you not. That's us.
Right.
So that moment of clarity, we already had it in the beginning.
In the beginning, right?
So what happens is we end up almost opposite. I feel like once we get ours, depending on how great it was, everything leading up to that moment of clarity of, you know what, I'm a smash. I ain't worried about whatever he talking about. Then I might be concerned about what you talking about after I get the good shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where we go. That's where we mess up. I feel like that's our moment of clarity ends up getting skewed depending on how good everything was that night.
I agree.
Everything.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
So when we first thought this was gonna be a smash thing and that was gonna be it, then after it was so good, you're like, well, maybe I could see its potential.
That might be the same thing for him. That moment of clarity is, yo, this girl good, she doing this, that, yo, I need to keep her around, but you ain't shit though. You see what I'm saying? But you know everything leading up to this, yo, she ain't greedy. I ain't pay a whole lot for this date. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, because it's always the old saying, a girl trying to be cute, she ain't gonna sit here and eat a whole bunch of shit. That's old school. Now
right.
People
what they say?
Now it's $300 dates, and it's like, okay, but I'm frugal,
right.
but you get all that, yo. She ain't spend a whole much. I ain't have to do too much. Again, I didn't have to do too much, ladies. I didn't have to do too much.
I didn't have to do too much.
I didn't, and so then so once it's good and it hit, that moment of clarity, it's either stay or fly.
Okay, so
They not concerned about how they gonna keep you. When they
Mm.
know that you know what I'm saying? That's because they don't think that far. They don't think that far.
They're just thinking of that
We
moment.
have to understand that we do not think the same.
I understand that. I don't
Right.
understand.
We know you
Why don't
do.
they understand that though? Do you think it's the
But,
men that don't have
but
that
I think no,
understanding?
it's
Or you
both
try
of
to make
us.
us think the way
It's
that they
both of
think?
us, women
Okay,
and
that's
men,
true too.
because
I get
women
you. That's
still
right.
have these expectations.
Mm-hmm. You're
They
right.
still want to have these conversations, and it's like they motherfucking brains don't work like that. Why are you forcing them to try to understand? They are very black and white with it.
Right. Very,
They're
yep.
very black and
Well,
white.
no, yep. And we're so broad in our
Right.
thinking. We could think of every possible angle,
Because
every
we
possible
see.
direction. That's why we're good at
We
directions.
end up, you know, that whole. I was watching a video the other day. It was some little post, and it was this dude with the girl, and they were playing this. It was a skit, and so they walking down, walking. I think to a concert or something like that. And so the guy has got the girlfriend, and they're playing that set. So you know, the song in the background is walking, making my way downtown, walking fast, blah blah. You know, and so that song is in the background, and so the guy is holding the girl's hand. And the guy is like, okay, I see the exit over here. I see this over here. Look at this goofy dude. Let me watch out for him. I see such and such. And so the girl, she's la 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 la, you know, not paying attention. The man is the one checking for everything, making sure that him and her is protected. That shit don't happen no more. That is not the norm anymore. That's an old expectation. That's that whole protect thing. You know, the girl is walking around aimlessly, you know, just skipping, holding her man's hand, just la 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 la. And the guy is walking around checking all the corners and the exits and the weird people around. He's checking everything, making sure we straight.
I know I get it
Is
because
not
the last thing I went on, the man was so into. I mean, he saw shit 2 blocks down. I was just like, what? Hello. But yeah, but you see that guy that's walking around wobbling? I'm like, I don't see shit. What the fuck you looking at?
And so that is the so Adrian, that right there is not the norm anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely not the norm.
It's not the norm.
He's an older man,
you know what I'm saying? Right. And so that's where that protect kind of stuff, that's an expectation. That's an expectation for us. That's an expectation that we were, a societal expectation that we were groomed to, we expected men to protect and all of these things, just in general. Now, depending on where you grow up, that may not be your reality. I'm walking, because when I'm walking out my door, I'm watching out for everybody. Because where I come from.
Well, it's just true too, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because of where I come from, I'm watching out for everybody. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to treat them as such, but I am going to be cautious. Because even the old person will rob you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming from an area where even the old person will rob you. So I got to look out for everybody. But that doesn't mean that if an old person fall, I'm not going to help them. That don't mean if the lady got the baby stroller and she's struggling trying to get across the street, that I'm not going to help her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have my thing on, you know.
I know. Hold on a second. I'm over here.
Okay.
I have to go in the bathroom.
You ain't have to say that. Look, so we're taking a commercial break, guys. In other words, be kind to yourself. It's 6:51 a.m. on this side of the world. Hope you're all having a good morning. It's Sunday. Maybe you have some Sunday breakfast, some grits, eggs, bacon, or sausage, or maybe some nasty turkey bacon. Whatever. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll have some fresh fruits and vegetables. But whatever it is, enjoy your morning. It's Sunday. It's spring. Hopefully the weather is nice where you are. Enjoy it. I'm usually not up this early. I'm usually trying to sleep. But you know. But yeah, back to the post-nut clarity. So, Let's read. I don't want to give any feedback. Let's see. More detailed explanation. What is it? It's a colloquial term, not a medical diagnosis, used to describe a perceived shift in mental state after ejaculation, often characterized by a renewed sense of clarity or focus. Men, is this true? Brain activity. After the big O, the brain's prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision making and attention, becomes more active, potentially clearing away distracting thoughts. Hormonal changes. Hormonal shifts, including a rise in prolactin, can promote relaxation and alleviate stress, contributing to the feeling of clarity.
Okay, so have you ever had? I'm back. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. I couldn't hold it no more. That's what happens when you start getting 49 years old. You can't hold
Yeah, I've been doing
that.
Empress.
Good morning, Empress.
Go.
So, have you ever had any time? I'm trying to think of it because when he mentioned it yesterday, I couldn't think of a time that I had the mental clarity right afterwards.
Did you feel stress relieved? Did you feel like, did you go to sleep
I always
after
feel
you got
stress relieved afterwards, but it's just not like all of a sudden I'm like, what did I just do? It was not one of the
that's not, I mean, that's not, again, that's some get some clarity. Look, I'm gonna say this. Definitely, one time I was smashing and cried, but it ain't have nothing to do with him. And then he thought it had something to do with him. I'm like, bro, you are fucking this whole dude this up. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't get excited.
Like, I made him cry.
Yeah, like, get out of here, dude. Don't try to put moral bro. Get out of here. You're in my shit. Like, get out of here.
No,
now we're done. Now we're done.
Okay, so now that you mentioned that, I definitely could see there was one time, like the first time I cheated on my husband, I cried, and it wasn't crying because I felt guilty. I cried because I was just like, I really don't feel guilty about this shit. Give a fuck. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? So I did get clarity. I got clarity, like I could sit here and cheat and not give a fuck that I cheated.
Right. This is what I'm saying. That's clarity.
I did get clarity. Okay, I get it now. Oh, thank you.
It doesn't even have to necessarily be about the person you smashing it, honestly.
It really wasn't. It was just how oh, okay. I get it now.
It's a release. You're releasing things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're releasing things. You're releasing thoughts. You're releasing feelings. It's a release. I think
people need to have sex more often. I think they will feel a whole lot better.
Yes.
I'm holding out.
Smashing is great. I'm not someone that does it a lot either, but thanks for the gifts. Smashing is great. Which is why I say men should get vasectomies, because then everybody can be happy and have sex. Like, what are we doing?
It's not that big of a deal. It's not that damn serious. It's good exercise. Like I always say, it's good exercise.
I'm telling you, it is good exercise. I prefer sweating, having fun. Like, for real. I feel like if I'm not sweating with you, this shit ain't good.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. While I do love a good man with a vasectomy, I think that a vasectomy isn't gonna help enough of them, because too many. I'm serious. I'm so goddamn serious, because I really look. A vasectomy is one of the sexiest things a man can say. It really is.
It is.
It really is. It is one of the sexiest things that they can say.
Responsible.
Because not only does it say that they are that they have reached a certain point of responsibility, but it means that they not only have to have had the vasectomy, but they have to have gone back and had the recheck and all of that, because that's another important piece of it.
Yep.
You can't just have had the vasectomy. You also have to have gone through that period where you're not nutting, and then you have to go back for your recheck and verify that you're not processing out sperm. Okay, so that those two things also important.
Very important. Very important.
Some of them are still such turds.
Because they don't know why touching their pee-pee.
No, no, it's not that. It's that they never, never bothered to develop any respect for women.
Mm.
Okay? They
I don't
never
give a fuck.
liked, they never liked women as human beings. Okay, and B, they never developed goddamn personalities.
Empress,
I
we don't
mean,
care. We just want to jump on a dick and keep it moving. Like at this point, we don't. That's what I'm saying. Like
No,
at this point, we know they ain't shit. We
but
know
for
that that's
me,
not going to change them.
but
We
for
just want
me,
them to shut the hell up, pounce on it, and then they can go. No children
it's no
involved.
pounds, baby, pounds.
You
no,
know what I'm
for
saying?
me,
That's all we can get at this point. Cause
no,
we
cause
know that there ain't shit else.
look, for me, I'd be so
Be like, hey,
afraid that they're
Mr.
gonna say
Denzel
something dumb in the
Washington.
middle. They're gonna say something
Put
dumb in the middle,
headphones
and
on. That's why we be in the big don't care. That's why we established that we already had that point of clarity before we even smashed the person,
Right.
because you know what I'm saying. So then that moment of clarity is continued after. I think sometimes with, like I was saying, everything is good up until the O, and then the O is great, and then that moment of clarity is that you like, damn, all of this was great. I should just, this is great. And then the dude is like, yo, she got good shit, and she, I ain't have to spend this much money, and this, all these things
It's
alive.
about spending money.
So the moment of clarity is, I'm gonna keep this chick, even though he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole narrative too. So it's like, fuck it, vasectomies, and then just fuck, and then go about your business. Who cares? Be dumb. Who cares? We know you don't. We know. At
They
this
don't
point,
know
we
that they
know.
don't know. They
We
don't
know.
know that we done. So, Empress, what we were so mad because I was having a conversation with John yesterday, and he was telling me about the moment of clarity, and that was a thing, and I didn't know that was a real thing. So he had me look it up, and I looked it up, and then Crystal just looked it up now, and it is a thing there's it's an actual chemical in your body that releases that makes you think clearer afterwards. So that's what we're talking about here. Empress, have you ever thought clear after the fact from releasing? Empress is like,
yeah,
it's too early.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Did you know it was a thing? Did you
oh
know
yeah,
that was
it's
a thing?
called. Yeah, it's more. I think it happens more with men than
Yeah.
women.
Right.
Yeah, they call it post
It's
nut
post nut
clarity.
yeah, see,
Post
we're post nut clarity. Um,
Yeah,
I
because
never heard
Adrian
that
kept trying. She
before.
was like, "No, it's a medical term." I was like, "No, because it's not a medical thing.
right.
It's like a thing, but it's not a medical thing." But I was,
Look,
it's literally post nut clarity. Like that's what they termed
I
it.
never
look.
heard of that
The
before in my
way
life.
my brother said it to me a whole bunch of years ago was he was like, "Yeah, the reason why men sleep so well after sex or smex is because that's the reason. That's the first time that you don't have a million voices in your head.
Right.
They have
Yeah.
left your body.
Wow. I
They
didn't.
have
Oh,
left
get
your
out of here.
body, and so
No
you get
wonder
to
my
sleep.
ex-husband used to be that way.
And they've
Shit.
left your. You've left your body. They've left your body, so you get to sleep with some peace for a little while.
Wow, you just blew my mind right now, Empress. You made things
So
so
be
much
so be
clearer to me.
mindful, folks. You know when they always talking about those transfers of energies,
Mmm.
because
Oh, is
all
that
of
what that soul
all
ties means?
yes, all not
Look,
necessarily
I
soul
don't. I
ties.
don't believe in soul ties. And
Yeah.
wait. Not only do I
Oh,
not
that's what they
believe,
say. I don't
I
believe
don't.
in it either.
I don't believe in
But
soul ties, and I'm gonna fuck up the heads of some Christians in here. But for
I
the
don't think that's a
people,
Christian thing. Is that a Christian
Yeah.
thing?
Is it?
uh,
I don't think
I
so.
don't know if it's a Christian thing, but I find it's usually the nastiest of the Christians who want to throw out soul ties and usually use it in terms of shaming women for body counts.
Well, in Crystal's
Oh,
church, it
I
was
don't
man
be on
on
TikTok.
man.
I don't know. I ain't
Look,
heard none of that.
no. I didn't say I didn't I no.
That's
You
TikTok
notice
shit.
I didn't say anything about TikTok. I said the nasty. I find it's usually the nastiest of the Christians. So, by the way,
Well, no, because Crystal went to a church that two men, the pastor was stuck to another person.
I'm just about to tell you, uh,
Mm.
the only soul tie that you find in the Bible, the only soul tie is David and Jonathan. That's the
See?
only one.
There you go. There goes. So, Crystal, you was going to the right church. Literally, that's the reason why I walked around with a cape. I
Just
get it.
saying.
No. Okay, so I don't know how we got switched over there. What were we talking
So
about
no,
soul
I don't believe
talk?
in soul
Oh, we
ties.
were talking about the anxiety in men. That makes sense because a lot of these men and a lot of men who had, like I said, my ex husband had anxiety at the yin yang, and it was because he couldn't bust a nut. So I think so that makes sense. A lot of these men, that's the reason. Okay, because I always be asking men when they come up and they be all angry and frustrated and have all these grand gesture opinions and shit like that. I always ask, when was the last time you ever got some? It's in coalition. It is. I always I
Yes.
had a
As in
I
what? As in what?
shut up. Shut up. I know I used the wrong word. Whatever. It was a similar. It's a coalition. You know what the fuck I was saying? Ember, shut up. It was something together. It was something like it makes sense now. Shut up. Now you confuse me. But
I think I knew where you were heading, and now
what's the
now
right word? What's the right word?
now I think you fucked it up in my head, so I can't even put my tongue on it. So
Correlate. That's the right word? Is that the right word? Okay, so when I thought about putting it together, it makes sense. All right, fuck it, figure it out. I don't know.
all right.
Doesn't matter.
So anyway, moving on.
This is out of control.
It is out of control at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Back to the soul ties of John and David. This is
Good
crazy.
morning, fluttery kisses. Okay, no, Empress. Okay, Empress. If you will play a character in a movie, what character would you be?
Oh, um,
I know. I had to think about that.
I don't know. I don't know. I have
I don't
no
know.
idea.
So Crystal says she will play Storm from Wolverine. Good morning. Yes, kisses. They've been added to my other page, and so I'm on my backup page. So now it's have to start all over again. I can't stand that because I haven't been live on this page for so long. Matter of fact, no, that was my third page, Crystal. That with the other guy, with the drunk guy that cussed you
Oh,
out.
thank
That was on
God.
my third page.
Because if
Right.
I
So
seen him,
now,
I'm cut his ass out again.
well, he came. He was on my main page the other day. Act like nothing happened.
Fuck off. Fuck him.
Okay, so sorry. Do you have time to think about it, Empress?
I have no idea. You have
I
to
don't know.
you have to
Okay.
understand
So how
that.
about if somebody would play? Because original question, but of course the men switched up the answer on me, so I had to change the question. So if somebody would play you in a movie, who would play you? What actor or actress rather, mostly would play you in a movie?
Um, hmm.
Wait, you said who would play me in a movie?
Yeah, that was the original question, but then the men came in
Oh,
here and they switched it up, and next thing you know, they were giving me who would they who they would be instead of who the person. You know what I
right,
mean?
because they don't know who they are, so they can't pick nobody. So that's the thing, Adrian, and that's why you should have never let them twist you. See how they twist your mind? See, you should see. That's why I should have been in here with that. Damn, got
That's
that.
exactly what happened. Because that's why he was like he said
Damn, Adrian, you
he
getting
would be
on too
with
early. We need to be
Denzel,
tag
and the
teaming
other
because
one
you be
said that
see
he
they
would
throw
be.
you off, man.
They threw me off with that shit because I was
I'd
like,
have
well,
been
that
like,
was
wait
supposed
a
to make
minute,
it
why
funny.
can't you be why you gotta have somebody play you? You can't get
But you
nobody to play you. You gotta play them who you want to be.
but
That's
you
because
summed it up because they
you
don't know
ain't
who they
proud of
are.
yourself.
That's right. That's you
Wait,
nailed
now
it in the fucking
I
for
head.
in
I have the answer for who I would have had play me.
Okay, so who's that?
I would have had Nia Long play me.
okay.
Oh,
And
leave me
I
alone.
say that from the standpoint of
The
number
hair?
one,
Not
if you
played.
would from what would you say?
Oh, hair. Neil Long looks good with short haircut.
Right. Well, that is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you went through the '90s and you were a black woman, I think a lot of us
Mm-hmm.
loved the that cut that she had. And I've
Right.
had short hair for so long. That little I don't the I forget the name of the cut.
Pick,
It's not a pixie cut. Is it
not a
called a
Yeah,
pixie.
pixie
yeah,
cut?
the pixie that she
It is a
had
pixie,
for
but
so
it is a
long.
pixie.
I've had variations on a pixie for so long that you know, and I always kind of loved her style, not just
Right.
not just her hairstyle, but her
I like
style
the way
of
she
dress
talks.
and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Nia has always been my girl.
Oh, I love that. So she will play you. See, that's see that I see that makes
Plus,
logical
she's
sense,
always been her
contrary to what they
characters
say
are
about us.
always kind of that take no shit kind of girl.
Right,
And
right. And
Nia's
so she's like the girl next door type of girl.
right.
I love that. That was good answer, Empress. Thank you. So now that the question came back to what I was originally asking in the first place, Crystal, who will play you?
I got two options:
Okay.
Jill Scott or Queen Latifah.
Ooh.
Ooh, those are two great ones as well. I can see you. I can see them play you as well. No shit type of women. They ain't gonna take nothing from nobody. Also very
Now,
beautiful and ladylike.
I lean more towards Queen Latifah, but
Yep.
I aspire to have Jill Scott's femininity. So that's
Oh,
why I say Jill Scott.
that's awesome. I love that. I love that, Chris. See how you guys thought about it and
Right,
figured.
because I know who the fuck I am. That's why. That's why they can't answer the question. But wait, I got one thing. Let me read you about Storm and why I chose Storm.
Okay.
So, Storm is a superhero who appeared in American comic books of Marvel, of course. She is a descendant from a long line of African witch priests. Storm is a member of a fictional subspecies of humans born with superhuman abilities known as mutants. She is able to control the weather and atmosphere and is considered to be one of the most powerful mutants on the planet. Storm is a member of the X-Men and a group of mutant heroes fighting for peace and equal rights between mutants and humans. She was the most prominently featured X-Men character in the 1980s, at which time it was the best-selling comic book in America. During this decade, she also acted as the acknowledged leader of the team. Bam! Storm, baby.
There you go. See, you knew it. You didn't even know it.
Right.
I get it. I get it both ways. I get it. See you as Queen Latifah playing you, and I see you playing Storm because the similarity is definitely the same.
Right.
Oh, I love that. I don't know who I would. I mean, if I would play a character, I would guess I would play. Well, I like Samantha.
I'm
From
sorry, I don't
Sex
mean
and
to cut
the
you off. Adrian,
City.
real quick. And she was raised in Harlem, New York.
She was. I
Like
didn't
her
know that.
background story, a tribal princess of Kenya and an African American photojournalist father, Storm was raised in Harlem, New York, and Cairo, Egypt. She was made an orphan after her parents were unalived in a plane crash into their house, an incident that traumatized her, leaving her claustrophobic, and she would struggle with for decades.
Did they ever do a movie on Storm?
They
I don't think so.
what's the face, but they don't focus on her much. What's the face played
They really
her,
don't.
but they were supposed to. They ain't never really come out with it.
Hmm.
But they need to revisit
That's
that. But I'm
weird.
sorry. Go ahead.
You know, a lot of not cartoon characters. What were they called? Action. What they call action? Anyway, there are a lot of like Spider-Man. A lot of them come out of New York, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Because secret labs of mutants out there. That's why. I told you I'm an alien.
We are aliens. I believe
Right.
I'm an alien. I know I'm an alien. I used to always say that all the time.
Yes, we are
And then I
aliens
believe
because
it.
we
And then the more
are.
I'm on this app, the more I realize that I am an alien.
Yes,
I
we're
don't think like a lot
aliens.
of people.
Where's the lie at? You just said it. You just look out full circle. Oh, they're from. It's based in New York. Look at us. We're from New York.
Oh shit, Al.
Right. There's no lies detected in some of this stuff, man.
I know. Empress, so what are you gonna do? Are you have any plans for your birthday, Empress?
Not really.
No, me neither. Good morning, big boy.
Hey, big boy.
I think I'm doing well, I know I'm lying. I am going to the movies with my mother and my son. I'm the one. I was like, let's go to the movies for my birthday. So I'm trying to figure out what movie because I haven't been to the movies in goodness knows how long. So I gotta sit there and try to figure out what's actually playing in the movies to go. So that's the only thing that I'm doing for next Sunday. I'm not doing anything real special though. I don't want to celebrate it. I don't want to be 49.
Why not?
Why not?
Because it's such an odd number. Like 50, I could get. Like 50. Next year, I want to do something big. But this year is like, 49, so what?
I mean, so do something small.
Mm-mm. I don't have any friends.
I don't know. Wait, but I don't understand why you are afraid. Like,
I don't want to
do
be
you
old.
feel
I'm like
better
Peter
about last
Pan.
year than you do about this year?
I think so, yeah. Isn't that kind of weird?
Now, well, Adrian, you can always come visit me when I come to Florida. I'll be there the April 6th to 9th.
Yes. Yes,
I'm gonna
April
give you the hotel
16th.
information.
Yeah, no. It's only an hour away, so I'll definitely come out and hang out with you. That'll be fun.
Yes.
So I got something to look forward to.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm still trying to get Empress to come down to Florida. Come down to the warm weather.
Empress, come visit. You can stay with me at the hotel because I done got the hotel where them fucking bitches at my job is at. So I'm not staying. I ain't staying in no 150. I'm staying in the 350 with y'all.
Wait, where are you going?
I gotta go to Orlando from the 6th to the 9th for a conference for work. So I'm gonna be there. It's on the school's dime, so I gotta book my
6th to
flight.
the 9th of when?
April.
Good morning, my Bella Leon. Are you getting ready for work today? Good day, my gorgeous Belle.
She getting ready for the shit.
That's
Good.
in the middle of spring break.
Is it?
Oh, thank you, Bells.
Well, no,
I got
I'm saying,
bananas
like, that's
yesterday.
spring break high season.
whole-
I mean,
Oh, okay.
No, you do. We're talking about dogs and animals.
my
You getting
my
ready?
son,
That's
my
good.
son is
Don't
getting
put me
ready
in
to
it.
go right back to school.
I'm not in court. Am I in court?
Jesus.
Mm.
Hold on. 6th to the 9th.
Yeah, I got bananaed. I don't know why. They keep on reporting. Now, did I even tell you this? Now I got even a thing that's saying that they're gonna ban my account completely. They're gonna take away my account because I had too many violations and too many reportings. That they're gonna take my whole page from me. Like me. Who the fuck am I? That you got to take my whole entire page. That's why I was so pissed off, Empress, yesterday.
I mean, they always have that as a threat that hangs over your head, like a sword of Damocles.
Is that what it is? Everybody does that? Oh, and see, that's why I need to be in court today, Bella, because I haven't been in these
Damn.
TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on. Do I need to put my
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Adrian, we might have to wear raincoats because they're gonna be throwing shit everywhere. We're gonna have to duck.
I'm excited.
Well,
Okay,
you
good.
screaming that shit sitting in the corner because I gotta talk shit. It's out of control in there, man. Jesus.
I love it though.
Yeah.
This is our Sunday morning entertainment.
Hello guys, welcome to Adrian's Live. Make sure when you go to Bella's Court this morning that you wear your raincoat because it's gonna be shit flying everywhere.
me and Crystal, Crystal's a good comic cousin. Don't worry, we'll be security. I don't know why we need security for.
Why?
I could be I told you, mind me on the low. I ain't gotta be. Don't nobody know me.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
You always gotta have somebody that's on the side in the corner because these motherfuckers.
I don't even. But they're always beefing about the same thing over and over and over again. That's the reason why I don't even be watching.
Because they too busy fucking each other. Y'all need to chill out. That's the problem.
Well, why I can't get fucked? I don't understand.
Because the moment of clarity is already established in the beginning with us. That's why.
I had the moment of clarity, right?
The moments of clarity, man. Them posting that clarity, they don't know what to do. Nah, for real. Everybody fucking on here. Stop fucking. I've been on the I keep telling Adrian, I'm old. I've been on this fucking internet since 97. These motherfuckers doing the same shit. Nothing has changed. Stop fucking each other on here. or stop talking about it. Like, stop talking about it. Like, know where you at. And I don't know why people go crazy when you came back to the app. Didn't I meet you on this app? You cannot go. I can't sit here and tell my cousin who don't know nothing about social media about what the fuck going on here if I was doing something. So I'm going to talk to somebody who understands the world. Unfortunately, you don't know who they talking to.
Right. No, you are completely right about that because it's like even in the outside of, like I couldn't talk to people. That's the reason why when we talk to people on TikTok, that's why we feel like aliens because they can't relate to what's going on with our lives outside of TikTok.
Right. Because you got lot lizards on here and a bunch of other weird ass people on here that be doing crazy stuff and don't know how to do what they do.
They don't know how to interact with each other so that when they finally do get some ass or so get some penis or get something, this is like the whole world's about to end or they don't know how to act.
They ain't doing nothing but crowdfunding to keep their internet bill going so they can keep this shit going. Because they not doing nothing else. You're not touching no grass. Or you crowdfunding to go on a trip that somebody hosting on TikTok. Get the fuck out of here.
We're aliens. We're all aliens. You
And then
absolutely
mess
right.
up the trip. What the
And then
hell?
mess up,
And then
and then
mess the trip up.
and then be friends, and then be cool with each other
There's
afterwards.
no way. There's no way. Y'all got me.
Well,
There's no way.
I'm glad that we all found each other.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm an alien. I'll stay one.
Listen. I'll stay being an alien. I like being different. I'll be
be a
different all the
comic.
time.
I'm not getting in none of them damn panels with them.
That's enough of that shit too. I'm so fucking
Yeah,
tired. Like,
thank
damn,
you.
your birthday been over. Why are we still talking? It's our birthday. It's Aries season now. It's
Yeah, I
Aries
decided
season.
I'm celebrating through the end of Aries season.
Well, don't we always? Because our birthday is always at the end of March.
Yes, my goddaughter's birthday at the end of the month. Guess what her mama doing? My best friend is throwing a custom sneaker painting party.
That's so cool.
That shit is $260 a person, and she pay. I said, man, it must be good.
Really?
Look, they go. Adrian, look, they're the golden.
Wow.
They're like the golden family child. They're the golden black family for me. They are
That's
the golden
a
black
great
family.
idea, though. I mean, I probably will get some type of kids from fucking Walmart or something.
No, she's doing. It's a studio in New York, in Staten Island, of all places. That she's
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
because think of it like this: if you're throwing a party somewhere for a child, if you want to do that, it's going to cost you thousands. If you're going to do it, if you're going to do a real party, she's that type. We do parties. If I'm going to rent a space, you know what I'm saying? When I did my 35th, that was $5,000.
You know the New York. What's the museum?
Oh, the museum.
Yeah,
All of
was it the New York Hall of Fame? I don't know. That's in Flushing Meadow Park. And whatever, I can't even remember now. It was so long ago. But I rented that whole place out for my son for one of his birthday parties. Right. We don't host New Yorkers. We like to do it big.
We do it big, right? And so it was so peep this. This is how people. This is why if you do something, don't be doing it and dealing with people. So she paid for the kids and $260 a pop.
That's crazy though. $260 a pop. What are they designing?
They're designing their own sneaker. They're gonna have a sneaker and they're gonna paint.
What kind of sneakers do they
I don't know.
Like?
I guess maybe I don't know. Whatever sneaker they choose.
Wow, okay, let me ask you this: how old are these kids?
She's gonna be 13.
Okay, but 13 still is like, can you fuck up a pair of sneakers? Like, cause I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of paying $260 and these fucking sneakers look like crap.
They're not gonna look like. I mean, again. They ain't grow up in the hoods that we grew up in.
$260 a person.
It's a studio. So maybe if you have if you throw a party and I threw a birthday party that was $5,000. If I'm doing $260 a pop for a kid and I got 3 or 4, 6 kids or something, that's nothing compared to.
Well, I guess so. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I know. I get it,
but the problem is when a person said, "Oh, we not gonna be able to go." Huh?
Right, and I just paid $260 for your fucking son. Well, I'm pretty sure these are the type of kids that are not gonna. Their parents are not gonna let them say no.
No, one of our mutual homegirls. She pulled it. It was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to bring stuff." What? And so she was like, "I'll give you the money for the ticket. I'll give you the money for it." And so my homegirl, she was like, "But I'm just." She was like, "But I'm just saying, it's the whole point. I paid $260," and she was.
Where was this supposed? When is this supposed to be?
It's the end of the month.
Empress, you go.
Hold on. It's the end of this month?
Yes, my goddaughter is in New York. Is having a paint. She's doing a paint thing for my for my god.
Bitch, tell her I'll be there. I will show up
It's
in
your birthday.
place.
You stupid. But no, she called me to ask. She was like, "Well, she offered to take the money." I said, "Well, take the money." If she offered to pay for, I said, "Or take half."
I said, take the money and I'll be there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I tell my homegirl, look.
I said, take the money and I'll still show up because it's in New York, right?
It's in Staten Island.
That's okay. I can show up to Staten Island. All right.
It's only a ferry ride.
Yo, I told her, I said, if I could get away, I'd come up there to do that shit. Cause then I ain't even got to come all the way into New York.
But you know know what? That's a great ass idea, though. I mean, honestly, it is expensive, but it's something different.
Do I got to show up with my own sneakers, or the sneakers included?
I don't know. I gotta find. I'm
The
pretty
sneakers
sure the
got to be
sneakers are
included.
probably
260 a
included.
person, and the sneakers are not included.
Because it's like going to a paint party with a canvas. It's just a sneaker. So of course you're
But
gonna. It's
canvas
probably like an Air
costs
Force One or something.
$260.
I would assume it's like an Air Force One or something like that, or,
It has to
or
be
something.
$260.
It's also y'all know where they make the rugs, where you can make the rugs.
Mm-hmm.
It's that studio. You know, you can make your custom rug. They have you have the paint.
You can do that too. That's
Yeah,
pretty
Adrian.
cool.
They have the rug making. They have the sneaker making. They have the perfume, the lip gloss. They have the plant,
Okay.
the paint party. They've expanded those things.
Well, they definitely brought it up in the world with besides that little
Paint tip.
Yeah, because
now they're doing a lot more than that.
Yeah.
if it's the end of the month, that means it's next weekend. It's my birthday weekend. That works out perfectly. All right, cool. Just tell your cousin to forward me the details. I'll be there.
I love that because you need to do something for your birthday anyway. Instead of doing something, but Empress, you wouldn't mind hanging out with a bunch of teenagers?
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna walk away with my birthday sneakers. Look.
Okay.
Wait,
so
hold
what
on.
would you-
Wait, hold on. You were just telling me to fuck somebody I don't even like. I'd rather put on my earbuds and walk away with my birthday sneakers than fuck somebody I don't like.
Did I ever tell you to fuck somebody you don't like?
That's hilarious.
Okay. I mean, okay, so yeah, you can do me fucking off with that one.
Look, you know what?
Okay, so what design would you put on your sneakers, Empress? What kind of design would you put on your sneakers?
This is better than post nut clarity.
No, I'd rather have post nut clarity.
I know that's
Because
right.
every time I slide on those sneakers, I'm gonna get joy.
Ooh, right. Ooh, I love that. Would you know? But so okay, so if it's gonna bring you joy, what would you how would you design them? Bones is down there because he must have had post nut clarity before.
I don't know. I don't know yet, but you know, I probably
She has
would,
to think about it. I get it.
I probably would put on, put colors on them that I like and know I would wear regularly, you know.
Right. Right. So you wouldn't put like a character or something. Because I don't know why. I don't know why I thought of like putting like characters on. Like you know how Sneaker Mike designs sneakers, and he always like puts like a character or something on it. So it wouldn't be like that. You would just put different colors.
I don't look. Number one, you got to realize I am just now coming out of two straight days of like ridiculous migraines. So
Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, like
That sucks.
yeah, no, like I woke up this morning and I was like, wait, it, it, is this real? Does my head not hurt? Oh my God, could this be?
I wonder if you had sex, would you have less migraines?
I don't think that's even it.
It doesn't have nothing to do with your brain and headaches.
No, that unfortunately is not the
If that was the reason, I'll be screwing every single day. Telling us, can you please help me out with my medical condition?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. So you feeling better today?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what that matters.
Thankfully, because if I hadn't, I probably would have had to go to the ER. But
What can the ER do?
give me medications via IV that I cannot have on hand.
So IV would take away the migraines?
They can give me certain medications via IV, and hydrate me via IV.
Okay. All right. So the dehydration is what causes your headaches?
Well,
The migraines?
but there are certain medications that I'm not allowed to have on my own.
For the migraine.
There.
You trying to say you're getting doped up? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's a combination of things, but there's certain It's a long story, but they got it. At a certain point, they got to treat me.
Okay, I get it. Well, I'm glad you didn't have to get treated
Yeah.
at the hospital. That's a good thing. Bones wants to know what your favorite color is. That was so
My favorite
random.
color is green.
Me too. I can't stand you, Empress. I love green. I love green. I didn't know that was your favorite color. I swear,
Yes.
you're my yin to my yang, baby girl. I didn't know that. That's amazing. And Crystal, what is your favorite color? Since Bones doesn't want to ask you, I want to ask
You
everybody.
know what? You could if I come down in
I know
April.
Bella's favorite color is
Wait,
pink.
hold on.
Hmm?
If I come down in April, you can bring the dress.
Okay. All right. So, did Crystal ever tell you that?
What
The
dress?
Empress has a wedding to go to, right? So she bought a dress at Macy's, and she wanted to show me her dress at Macy's. So when she showed me the dress, why is it the same exact dress that I bought to go to the gala that I wore to the gala? The
Oh,
same
see,
exact one. I know. And it wasn't even like it was a plain dress. You saw
right.
my dress, it had sparkles and it was different colors. Like I got it at Macy's. Like
Yes.
I thought it was an original dress. Well, Empress bought the exact same fucking dress. I could not fucking believe it. I was like, me and her are always here. So I told her, I said, yo, return that shit. I was like,
Right.
because I
Take
will
that
never
shit
wear it
back.
again. Yes, I'm
Right.
gonna turn it.
I was
So that's
like,
what she was just saying. So I could bring it to her when she comes down in Orlando. I could bring her the dress because I was like, where am I gonna wear it again? But yeah, I thought that was so strange that me and her bought the same damn dress. That's how
yeah,
quick mine is.
I was sitting there talking about it. I was like, yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about should I wear this dress? Should I not wear this dress? Because I don't know. It might be a bit much for the particular cousin's wedding that I'm gonna go
I
to.
think it's a little bit too much for your for a church wedding for pastors
Well,
getting married.
yeah, for a pastor and a first lady's. Yeah,
I think it's a little bit too
yeah.
much.
It might be a bit much. It might be a bit
Yeah,
much.
because it's nice. It's a sexy ass dress. It is a sexy dress, and with your body, it's gonna look even more amazing
Yes.
on
And
your
then if
body.
what it was, is it the same size? You have to take it.
No,
Mm-hmm.
because I've lost weight over the past year.
She did. Have you
So,
seen? And she showed me because she just
I
went to
mean, I know
a.
she's little. That's what I'm saying. Are you gonna have to take it in?
Shut the fuck
But
up. What you
she's
gonna
short.
say?
I'm s-
No, Adrian, aren't you? You taller than her. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
No, I'm not taller now. I'm 5'1". I think. Well, I don't
What?
know. You like what is she like? What you thought it was taller than that, Crystal?
You're 5'1"?
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
I just got big personality. I just got tall personality.
Oh my gosh.
Alexa,
Y'all
like, so
are
I thought you
midgets.
knew that.
Y'all are midgets. I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait, shut up. We're not midgets. We
Oh my
can't
god, I'm
see.
5'9". You're absolutely.
look.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We would definitely tower over me and that
Oh my
person.
god.
You would definitely tower over. Look, now you laughing. I'm still trying to beat you up too.
Just for that, Crystal. When I come down
Take the
there,
dog out again.
I'm gonna be like, mommy,
Oh god.
can you buy me a snack, mommy?
Hell nah. I don't make look. I'm gonna be that parent. Don't ask for shit. We gonna.
Yeah, Crystal
I'm
mean.
with I'm with these old bitches. Look, I'm about to say this is my big sister, and y'all better not try to bully me on this fucking trip. Ho, that's what I'm telling bitches.
Uh-uh.
Ugh.
Because you're not looking forward to your trip. Did you ever figure out what you guys are learning while you go on the trip?
So I talked to someone who had been one of my coworkers had been on the conference before, so she kind of helped me out, kind of explaining how it kind of works.
Okay.
And so I just need to kind of plan my time because I was like, I'm gonna have mad downtime because the things that I need to be in are already full. She said, well, sometimes you just got to get there early if it's something you want to get in. She said, or you just might have the downtime. I said, oh, well, then I'm gonna have to be at the hotel that is directly connected. I'm not staying at no hotel that's all the way somewhere else and I'm doing no back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay.
So I'm happy.
And how did you find out how far away it is from places? Like, is it near like the Disney
Girl,
area?
I'm in the Orlando Convention Center.
Like, girl, you think like I know where the hell that's at?
Like like it's near SeaWorld. Like it's
Okay.
down wherever that is.
No, because SeaWorld's over here. Is SeaWorld? What do I got near me? I got Busch Gardens near me.
Orlando. I am whatever the middle of Orlando where everything is.
Yeah, because Orlando, okay, Orlando's like Atlanta, right? So it's like even though it's big, it might not be where the actual like where like the entertainment stuff is.
I'm where the entertainment stuff is.
Okay, that's cool. Like International
Yeah.
Drive. It's called
Yes,
International Drive.
that's
Okay.
exactly where I'm at.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're in the middle of everything. Okay, good.
That's what. Yes, I am. I'm connected to the actual center.
Okay.
It's like 3 hotels that are actually connected to the center.
Mhm.
I'm at one of those 3.
Okay, cool. All right, good. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Let me see if I can get freaking Never to drive halfway down. So cause she's on the other side, so I'm on the Tampa side, she's on the Jacksonville side, and then we can actually meet up. She was in here. She was in here earlier. She just got back from Africa last night.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, she went to Africa with her school. I guess she's going in a master's, so they had a 2 week thing in Africa. She went to Cape Town, I think it was, and she actually was on the live like last week sometime, and she was at a factory where they were making cookies, and
Oh
then she
wow.
went with her school. Yeah, it was really fucking interesting. So let's see. So I know she's back. I know she wanted to do something for my birthday, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But you know what? I got $80. I got a cash app today for $80 for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
I know this guy came in my life. He said, he's like, can I buy you Mario, the guy that was over here before Crystal? He said, I want to buy you breakfast. He was just like, what's your cash app? So I was just fucking around with him because men be always say they're gonna do something, never fucking do it. So I put my cash app in the chat. Next like tick tick tick, and it was $80. I said, oh shit, that works.
You said it's the 6th through the 9th?
Mm-hmm.
She's looking up tickets. Good morning, Big Easy.
No, not only am I looking up tickets, but I'm just making sure I don't have anything big on those days.
What kind of big things you got going on those days? Big things popping.
Like I gotta make sure I don't have meetings and shit.
Okay, meeting girl. Good, you meeting girl. But good morning, Big Easy. Just getting out of work. I'm on my backup page today. Sometimes I like not having a large crowd.
Now the fucked up thing is, the 6th is actually my father's birthday, but
Okay.
I don't have to feel bad about actually going somewhere else on the 6th because A, that man has actually forgotten my birthday more than once. B, he's not willing to celebrate, like go do anything for his birthday. Like I can't get
How
him
was
to
he
go
turning?
out.
84? How was he turning, Empress?
He'll be 83.
83. Okay.
Yeah. He won't go like I
All of our
could not.
parents are around the same age.
I can't get him to go out and celebrate his birthday on his birthday because he still works. So
I love
like
that.
he would be like, no, I'm too busy because it's tax time. So
Right. That's true. It's a big one. It
yeah,
is tax.
so
Look, he's still working, Empress, though.
yeah, he's been in business for himself since I was in elementary school.
I love that. I love
So
that. I love a man that works. I don't
Okay.
care how old he is. Work until you're going. I love
so
that.
so I don't have to feel bad.
Okay. So see if you can make it happen. See if you can make it happen. I can see because I really want. I
Yeah,
need. I need
if I can stay with
adult
Crystal,
interaction.
if I can stay with Crystal, that should work. Now all I have to do is find a dog sitter.
Oh yeah, shit. I forgot you got a dog. I forgot you got a dog. See, that's the reason why I'm trying to get rid of my stupid ass dog. You missed it earlier. I kept hearing my dog barking. I'm like, where is my dog? I was looking all over the house. My dog was in my closet barking
Barking at a shoebox.
barking at the shoebox. Because he can't see. I was like, this stupid ass dog. Can't wait to get rid of this dog. So, and you just starting, Empress. You just starting with being again, over again, dog
Yeah.
mommy. Good morning, King BK. Good morning. So, like I said, so we was I'm over here. I have to start momentum on this live again. This is okay though, because I'll work from home tomorrow, but then I'll be in the office for the next 2 days. So by that time I get back next Wednesday, I think I get my life comes. Everybody's doing amazing, Big Easy. Are you doing okay? I'm just upset that my freaking page got. But so okay, so Empress, you don't think they really could take away my page, right?
I mean, they could theoretically, but I mean, have you had more conversation with John about it?
I did, but you know, I did, but he did. I don't know. It's basically it is what it is type of thing. Honestly, it is what
Yeah.
it is. There's no,
Um,
there, once you get, he was trying to get me to see if there was violations. He showed me how to show where my violations were. They hold on to your violations. I had one from like 2023, a violation that was still on my record on TikTok. I
right.
was like, you see, like, it doesn't go away.
Okay, so part of this is why people try to be careful about their violations. You remember the other day when we were having a conversation and you were like,
Oh
"Well,
Lord.
well, you know what? If I get banana, so what? I got other accounts." And I was like, "No, that's
Shut
not
up.
how this
Fucking
that
Empress.
I, I,
Hey, shut up. All right, you don't need to tell me it told you so. Shut up.
You know she don't listen. You know she don't listen.
Shut up, Empress. Whatever. Okay, well, can I just complain? Can I just complain? Everybody else complains all the time. I just want to complain. I'm complaining because I actually have content. You know what it is to sit there and say all your 400 and something videos. Look, and she actually had the kind of camera with the side eye. Okay, fine. Look, don't make me drop your ass. Drop your ass. Let me drop you. But yeah, I don't know this to give it all your hard work. I put effort in my damn videos. They're not expert videos like Empress does, but I do. I've been doing this shit for a long fucking time. So I don't fucking want them to just take away my whole entire page like that. So
my
actually,
videos aren't expert. It's just that
damn,
when
they're
I
more
do
expert
those
than me.
videos like that, I'm just giving you insight into the way my brain works. That's
Oh,
all.
well, you could tell your brain is very organized. My
No,
brain
it's
is all
not
over
argument. It's
the
it's it's the snark that you're seeing. It's the snark that you're seeing.
Oh, I
The
like that word.
sarcasm.
That is a sarcasm. It's just yeah, it is, and I get it. Do you feel like a lot of people don't understand your sarcasm, though, Empress,
Um.
and that's what causes problems?
Oh, some
Because people
people
don't
don't get it.
understand my sarcasm.
Some people don't get it, and some people don't want to hear it.
Ah, there's a difference, right?
And for the ones who don't want to hear it, I don't give a fuck. Those are probably the ones who need to hear it the most. Um, I'm just saying, you know.
No, I completely understand because I don't give a fuck attitude as well. That's the reason why I gave you the I don't give a fuck attitude the other day, and you were like, that's why you side eyeing me today.
Look,
That's
look.
right. That's
You
why.
you you didn't want to hear it, and I was like, okay, all right.
But I was talking about dogs. I wasn't talking about anything. I could how you give misinformation of dogs, and it was Charles. Charles got the first violation, and then right after Charles got the violation, that's when my page got disappeared. I was like, gosh darn it. Look, see, I said, gosh darn it. Look, it's cold. Look, I got a winter coat on. It's probably like 70 degrees outside. I'm freezing. But I was like, are you serious? I cannot believe I got freaking banned
You
over
know what's
talking about
funny?
dogs.
What's funny is every time I go to your page and I hear Charles, like there's a an anxiety response that I get, and I have to like actually look at your screen to see which Charles it is because I'm like,
Was there another Charles going around here?
uh, Crystal, Crystal,
Is
which
it?
which Charles would I have an anxiety response to?
That crazy dog.
Huh?
That crazy one.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the wigs.
Charles Brooks.
I don't know who that is.
How do you not know
He
who
has
Charles
wigs?
Brooks is?
Yo, I only know
No.
him because of y'all, but that thing right there, that man, that wig man,
Money.
y'all, that I don't know what that is, but it's funny to me.
Oh, it's me. I don't know who that is. There's a lot of men that wear
The
wigs on
the
here. I
the,
noticed.
the angry passport bro.
He's an angry past, and he has the nerve to wear wigs.
Yes, that man had.
Like, are you serious? You got the nerve to wear wigs and your passport, bro.
And don't he got a YouTube too?
Oh, I'm
Oh, I'm
sure he
sure he's very
does. I'm
popular.
sure he does.
I'm pretty because these men love to eat it up. They love to give excuses of why they're lonely and miserable. I had this one guy. Did we hear they had a guy in the
No,
past?
he
He
would
said that
he
he was
would
a
never
passport pro.
no. So number one, he would never admit to being lonely or miserable.
Of course, they never do. They never do. I had this one guy. He said he was a passport bro. He said that he's a passport bro because no woman in America understands him. I said no woman in America, all of America, not one person. Don't you think that's a you problem? He didn't understand. He said no, they just don't understand. But people from the other side of the country, of the world, understand him better. I said they don't even understand your language. How can they understand you better? So now both of you guys got me on mute.
No, I hear you, but I'm looking up Charles so I can send you his shit so you can laugh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some of them will understand him because, in other countries they're more likely to actually speak multiple languages as opposed to
More
whereas
educated. You think?
here
Are
we
they
can even speak English properly.
right? But true. That's true too.
Be
Because they
right
barely.
back. Old ladies up.
What did you say, Crystal? They said they bring up old. He brings up old ladies.
Be right back. My mom is up.
Oh, you called your mother the old lady. Between you calling the old lady and Empress calling her son the spawn. That's a call. I call my son an asshole.
I mean, I used to we used to lovingly call each other sphincters, if that helps you. Oh yeah,
Who's a sprinter? Sprinter. What is it? Say it again. Sprinter. Sprinter.
sphincter.
It's not a sprinter. Sprinter's a runner. Sprinter, like old spinster. A spinster. Is that what you mean?
Sphincter.
What's a
Sphincter.
spinker? What's that?
It's it's essentially your asshole muscle.
Really? You know, all these big ass words to mean the simplest shit.
Well,
Okay. What was the other one? What was the other one that you call a penis? What is it called?
oh,
Phallus? Is it phallus?
yes.
See, teaching me things, Empress. Good morning, QJ. Please don't come up here and talk about how Empress still got you blocked. You still got him blocked, Empress?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. Q, they got me blocked. They got me blocked on my. They got me banned on my other page, so I have to be on my backup page. So we're hiding out over here. We're hiding out on my backup page. So he's laughing. I know he's up. And did you get your coffee this morning, QJ? I'm gonna call you QJ because then they get Q confused with the other Q. So let me call you QJ. But Q. Let's see, who could Q be in a movie? See, will have to say, who would play you, QJ, in a movie? If somebody could play you, let's see if he understands this. If somebody could play you in a movie, who would play you, QJ? Let's see if he gets it backwards like the other men did. I'm over here just talking shit, waiting for Bella's Court to come on later on so I can get my early dose of gossip of what was going on in these TikTok streets because I want to be nosy. Oh, look at Bones giving me the rose. Thank you, Bones. I hear whistling. Oh, he's giving us roses. Thank you, Bones, for listening. Bones, do you know who would play you in a movie? Oh no, who
Yes,
if you
who
were
can play you in a movie?
who would play you in a movie? Right. Thank you. I couldn't. You're not sure? See, look, I'm not sure. See. Okay, Q doesn't know himself. Okay, so QJ, if you could be somebody in a movie, who would it be? Let's see how quick you can answer that one. Crystal, your theory was correct. Okay, you're gonna come up.
I also don't feel as
No,
bad
it
about people of color not having an answer to that because we've grown up with a limited number of actors and actresses of color.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, you always gotta make sense of shit.
no. I have somebody that I could think of. What I was trying to do is think of somebody that fit my personality and that similar look like me. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
get
that's what
that.
I was
Okay,
trying to
okay. So
do.
you thought about it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so I couldn't think of anybody that looked like me, but since I can talk so damn much and I get a little loud sometimes, it'd probably be Samuel Jackson. But he don't look like me. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? He don't look like me. Yeah.
But I don't think his
Yeah.
personality is like you.
Um yeah, I just be peaceful on this damn app,
You think
Adrian. I
Samuel
just be
L.
peaceful.
Jackson is peaceful?
No, I said I just be peaceful on this damn app. I be crunk as fuck when you see me. When we out in public or when you meet me at a party, I be crunk than a motherfucker. I just be peaceful on the app. 'Cause I just be cooling.
You just be
But
cool.
like I'm trying to think of somebody that actually look like me. That's the thing. It's not that I couldn't think of somebody off the ripple. I'm
I
just
was
trying to
listening to
think.
a live that I had the other day because I'm trying to get my lives on YouTube, right? So there was a live. There was a man that called. He called. Who was I think it was Hush. He called. What was a basketball player? Called you a basketball player. He said you look like that basketball player. I can't think of the name now.
Hush said that about me.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I look here. Hush be saying everything, so I don't be paying attention to Hush sometimes.
Basketball players, so you will have to be a little bit more descriptive.
A little bit more descriptive. Have you ever seen QJ? He's a very handsome man. His voice doesn't match his the way he looks. He sounds like an old ass man, but he actually is a very young looking man. Come on, John again. Come on, pretty red. Okay, so John. John, QJ. So thank you for answering my question. I appreciate it. Yeah, so they got me, QJ. They got me on my other page.
Hey, look here. You gonna have to stop it because you don't be keeping your pages a day. God damn it, Lord have mercy. Lord have
It
mercy.
lasted a week this time. This time it lasted me a whole week. I was very proud of myself. I lasted a whole week with my other page. But now I'm on my back.
Now you be safe out here in these streets because you know my ass about to slide in and out. You know what I'm about to do. I'm about to see what's happening.
I like it when you slide in and slide out. It's the best time.
I'm getting out of this motherfucker. Bye, Ninja. Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait, get out. Oh, damn. I wanted to ask him about his moment of clarity. What is it called again? Another clarity?
Post-nut clarity.
Post-nut clarity. I need to write that down somewhere. Post-nut clarity. I want to ask him if you ever had post-nut clarity before. I told John I was gonna use that. Every time I ask a man, I'm gonna ask him about their post-nut clarity. Okay, so Bones said that he would be Michael B. Jordan. Okay. Michael B. Jordan will play you, he said. So okay, I get that. And his brother is actually a stand-in for him. Oh, okay, that's very interesting. That's a good fun fact about you, Bones. Can anybody verify that? Empress and Crystal, did you do your due diligence?
I mean,
I did ask the pantyhose maker why you were sitting there trying to be funny too when you said that. The pantyhose maker didn't understand the question, and he said, I even forgot what he said because it was so completely like off. Oh, he said he would be somebody that would keep on unaliving people. That's what he was saying. I was like, why would you want to unalive people? Yeah.
What?
Good morning, John.
What?
Morning, everybody. Good morning, Crystal and Empress. I'm glad that Empress, she knows what post-nut clarity is. So it's so funny
Crystal
how
knew too. Crystal knew too.
Crystal knows too good. It's like I said, Adrian, she's like an alien in a way. It's like she's super intelligent for all these things, but when it comes to normal things, I don't know. She will always flip it or reverse it.
I like it. I like to be flipped in reverse.
I'm surprised that somebody who focuses on Smex as much as she does didn't know what that was.
Right.
But that's what people be assuming. Like they always keep on saying I'm promiscuous. I'm promiscuous, but I'm not really promiscuous. I was like, I really don't know that much. Sometimes when I be hearing these lives too, you know that from day one. Remember, we had to take that test. Well, we didn't have to, but we took the test, and I was like, "Well, what does that mean? What does that mean?" Like, I talk about it a lot, but I really don't know a lot. I'm actually really vanilla. I'm vanilla. I'm boring. I'm just like a teacher who can't teach. A teacher can't teach you. You teach. Or people who don't get married, bridesmaids always be the best. That saying, whatever the saying is. Those who don't have sex, talk about it.
You're effectively like those
Wait,
guys
what?
that talk about sex all the time, but never have it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's me.
yeah.
That's exactly me. I talk about sex, but never have it.
So wait, Empress, are we saying that like Adrian is like a billionaire? She's so rich and smacks where a penny doesn't mean she don't even know what a penny is.
Oh man.
Um,
No, that's not what she's saying. Is that what you say?
she's not rich. She's not rich in smacks. Um,
I'm not rich in smacks. I'm not. See? I'm
Adrian is just flirty, man.
not flirty. I'm friendly. I'm really friendly. I'm friendly. So let me ask you something. Okay, so these men be always come finding me. They always want to be going around the block, right? So there's the guy from that lives right up. He lives around me, right? And he found me again. I thought I blocked him. I swear I'd be thinking I'd be blocking people. And so he found me on, I guess, my main page, which I thought I blocked him on my main page, and I obviously didn't. And so I'm just so so thirsty. Like he's a nice guy. I just didn't like, well, I don't know if he's a nice guy. He's good financially, right? So it was never, he liked to go out. He was never a person that worried about money or taking me out or buying me things. He was the guy that wanted his shit back when I decided not to be with him anymore or date him anymore. He wanted his bicycle back. So, and he was really good in bed as well. He was very good in bed. So, and he was very loving and affectionate. I just didn't like his character. I didn't like his character. I didn't like the way he was like, I don't like the way he treated his mom, and I didn't like the way he treated his daughter, honestly. And if I don't like your character, then I'm very disrespectful to you. And then if I don't respect you, I'm nasty, and then it's arguing. So anyway, I'm thinking about spinning the block with him because
What?
we got nothing else to do.
the block with the bicycle guy. Oh
He
my
took
God.
his bicycle back. Absolutely not.
Well, he didn't take. I didn't let. No, he wanted to take the bicycle back. It's still in my fucking garage. I'm thinking about selling it now, but he wanted his bicycle back. He wanted everything that he ever got me back. It came out to $752, and he wanted everything that he wanted back. And she wards bad behavior. Duh.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's crazy.
I know, but I need attention. I need
Go out.
attention.
Go
Even
out.
if it's bad attention,
I
apparently.
don't want to go out with somebody. I want a man to be like all over me and touching me and spoiling me and treating me like a princess.
And mind you, this is the person who says she doesn't want a relationship.
You better go to
Right.
a mixer or something.
Right.
A mixer.
Do a speed dating.
I don't want to have to talk. I don't want to have to do anything. I just want to look pretty.
You want to talk. You always talk.
You definitely want to talk.
I don't like talking. Contrary. No, like honestly, the best non-relationship I ever was in was somebody that I didn't talk to all the time. That was the best. That was the best. I loved it. And that's the reason why I can't get over it. Because I didn't have to be talking. Hey, Philly, you're back. I don't have to sit there and entertain him. That's what I feel like when I talk. I don't like to talk. As much as I talk, I don't like to talk, honestly. I like to be laid back and just chill.
All right, the panel's open for some more. Coming to the stage.
Come on in the room.
No. That's I'm changing my I don't know. What can I change? Like
You ain't changed shit.
I ain't
Stop it.
I want to try.
What do you want to try to change?
I don't know. I like white.
Right. Stop it.
I know. I just figured. Anyway, so you think? But I'm horny. I'm horny.
See?
He was good and he was so loving. Oh, he was all over me. He was like, it was like, and to the point where it
Okay,
became too much.
so
It would be too much.
no, you be wanting too much. We already told you they think black and white, and you be wanting all this in between shit, but then don't want this. It don't work like that.
I want to equal. I felt like, okay, so when I was with him, I felt like I went back to wife mode. So it was like I saw him every day. I was cooking him dinner. I was making him lunches. And so it was like, now it was like time to make the donuts type of thing. So he would come out of work. He would sit there and watch TV. I'm serving him dinner. And I was like, how the fuck did I get into a marriage already again, right afterwards? So I was like,
but he had his own shit. You was over his house. He would come to your house.
No, because he lived like an hour away. So he lived like an hour away, and so he would come out to my house after work, and then I would sit there. It became habit where every day it would start to be the same thing. So I told him, I was like, listen, let's not see each other every day. So we won't see each other during the weekend. We'll just see each other on the weekends, like so I can have my little bit of space too. And he did not like that idea. He was so upset with me because of it. And like I said, next thing you know, he wanted all of his shit back. And I was like, I didn't say I wanted to break up with you. You know what I'm saying? I just needed a little bit of space. So I'm not in this plan of seeing you, being a wife again. I didn't want to do that. So yeah. So that's why he started working,
because that's what he wants. He wants to come home to somebody.
He wanted a wife, and I didn't want to be a wife.
Right. So it's not gonna work. Next.
It wasn't gonna work. I know, and that's why I got rid of him. But
nope. Now, I mean, you can call him and tell him you want to smash. See what he say.
I tried that one time. I did try that one time, and it didn't work because again, it was back to it was like just that one time, and then I couldn't get rid of him again. Good morning, Touch. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And then it was like I don't know. It wasn't just it was just because then he was like holding me, and he was and I'm like he would like stare at me all the time, and I used to be like, what are you doing? Like drawing a picture? Like why would you like detail? He told me that he even told me that I had one nostril bigger than the other.
And he loves it.
Like, why are you all up in my face like that?
Because he's smitten with you. Yeah, get rid of him. He's smitten. When they start grabbing all your, noticing all the things that are different about you that you don't really, not that it's a bad thing. We know that everybody's nostril is not equally the same. There's no asymmetry. But, the fact that he's noticing, oh, your nostril, you have one bigger than the other. He's literally doting over your ass.
I know. So because I think women would adore that. Don't women want?
We adore it if we want to be in a relationship with you.
Or sometimes there's some people who just notice a lot of, just notice things because they're really observant.
But no, they like it. No.
For example, like my son is one of those people who observes a lot of things. Like we'll be out in public and he'll be like, "Did you see that thing on that guy?" And I am not one of those really, really observant people. My mother is like that. My son is like that.
Does he say that to his girlfriends?
I'm just saying, like we'll be out in public and he notices things about random people.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
It's not even about people he's really, really interested in. He is really observant about.
Is it called nosy?
But would they make note? My thing is, would he make notion if he was with someone, like if he was with his girlfriend and he said, would he say it to her? Oh, look at how again, identifying that somebody else has something and not saying it to them is different, but saying it to the person that you're looking at and make it not pointing it out as something being weird or different. Just the fact that I know, oh, you have one nostril smaller than the other.
I took offended by it because to me, I felt like he was trying to break me down, trying to show me that I was not perfect. What? Like, oh, see, you have one nostril bigger than another, and you're not as great as you think.
No, how did he say it?
I don't even remember. He just said it was just at a general conversation. It's like,
we're not gonna know how he said it to Adrian because all Adrian heard is that she's not perfect.
Right. That's a you thing.
Right. Well, exactly. I took offense to
because
it.
I'm
I took
telling you,
offense to it.
What
What you mean one of my nostrils is bigger than the other? I'm perfect, damn it. Did you know that? What's wrong with you? I don't know. Like I said, I guess other people would find that like flattering. I didn't. I felt like it was just but like I said, the biggest thing when, like I said, is character, right? So, you know, last year my stepson had passed away. And so he is from the same neighborhood that I grew up in. So he knows my ex-husband. He knows my stepson's mother because they
Wait a
all grew up
minute.
with each other.
Hold
And he
on.
said to me
Wait.
also,
This isn't Great Balls, is it?
no, not that guy.
Okay.
Not that guy. No, so he said something to me like, so he was gossiping about it. And he was not gossiping, he was gossiping about like, oh, how did that go? Because now this is my stepson's funeral. Everybody from the neighborhood was there at the funeral. And he was asking me questions. Does so-and-so look like a drunk? Does so-and-so, like, he was like caring about the people that were showing up to the funeral instead of just actually like, damn, I just lost my stepson. So after that, I was just like, and that's when I could literally just really cut him off because I would feel like he was just being so insensitive. So I didn't like his heart. I felt like he had an ugly heart.
So
and everything was about
me. So then you can't be smashing this.
But I'm horny, Crystal.
But it's not gonna work because then you worried about this motherfucker caring about your personal things.
Yeah, no. Right, I know. Like I said, his heart was ugly. I don't like that.
You shouldn't even see. That's the thing. If you want to smash somebody, you gotta not care about nothing else about them outside of their health. You know, like make sure. Honestly, like I can't. Like you're just a smash. I have no intentions of wanting to do this.
And that's why I can't just smash somebody that I know. Like I'd rather just have a one night stand with people that I don't know. Like I don't even fucking remember your name. I don't know nothing about you. Or I'm good with that.
Like I had a little dude that I used to smash. Like we literally, like that's all we did. I meet up, smash, and he go his way. We would alternate hotels. This is when I was younger, fun days.
Oh, I love that. You know
what I'm saying? I'm the Hilton girl. He's the Marriott nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like for real. I'm the Hilton girl. He's the Marriott dude. So like, it's his turn. Yo, I'm meeting you you in this city. I'm in this city. Where you at? I'm passing through. That's it. For years. For like years.
At a red tree? What's wrong with a red tree? It's not a red tree. It's called rooftop, isn't it? Is it a red tree? It's a red tree.
What's a red tree?
Red roof?
I don't know. Red roof.
Yeah,
red roof.
right, red roof.
No, I'm not. No, I'm absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Dogs can stay free at the red roof.
Absolutely not.
It's better than being at a Motel 6. Which one's worse?
I'm not going to be in any of those. Sorry.
What about a short stay?
Absolutely.
So this not a short stay?
Not in this.
I've definitely been at a short stay before.
Not in this age. Not in this age. No.
Not at this age. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's enough time. Like we only got a couple of hours.
Yeah, those days are far behind. Those days are far behind. Far behind.
I'm not inviting them to my house. Hey, good morning, Mr. Hammerlane.
Mr. Hammerlane the trucker.
Is he a trucker?
It says the trucker.
That's what it says.
With two truckers.
I see it doesn't come up on my end. Oh, I see a truck in front of it. I got it.
There you go.
Yeah, you a caveman, Mr. Trucker. I feel like these truckers are a bunch of cavemen. All right, John. It's now that you up here. If somebody will play you in a movie, no. Mm-hmm. If somebody will play you in a movie, who would it be?
Morris Chestnut.
Okay, Morris.
At what stage of his career?
Wait, I like the fact that he didn't even wait.
He didn't wait. He had an answer. That's what I'm talking about. That shit. Chicago he know himself. Okay.
Yeah, at any age, I think that for him to be me, because I've been bald for a long time.
Is it just his looks?
No, just because he's a bald man.
Okay. That's right. John does have the roster of bald black men in his head.
The whole roster.
Who was the other one? That was the guy from was it Isaac Hayes? Was that Isaac Hayes the other one?
Isaac Hayes, yeah. The one mad woman that hard loose vagina. That
I
bald black man.
stand accused. Honey, Isaac Hayes, hey.
Yeah, he did. He was saying that he was Isaac Hayes' son's somebody. Oh, because everybody was asking you if that was you. That was the weird part about it.
It's
Oh,
weird.
he was
It's
Isaac
weird.
Hayes Jr.?
It's weird.
Oh
Mhm.
You
my
you've been
gosh.
compared to a bald man before, and that's not who you're bringing up. Hmm.
Who you been
Weird.
compared to?
Oh, CeeLo Green.
Oh, see, yeah,
I
I guess
mean,
I can see that.
you look like Chicago John to me, but I mean, I guess it's somebody.
No
Thank
way, Crystal. That's right.
He does. You look like Chicago John.
Look
You
at that
know,
smile. Do you see those teeth?
you
It's
are
so
not
bright.
mistaken for right. You got teeth. You don't look like CeeLo Green.
Good teeth.
CeeLo Green looks like a gnome. You don't look like a gnome.
He does. Yeah. That wasn't nice, Crystal.
What? He doesn't look like a gnome. Sorry. I don't think Chicago John wants to look like a gnome. So
No, that's why he didn't mention it.
right.
That's exactly
because
why.
That's no, it's not. Now I can say the Isaac Hayes Jr., but you look too young. You look way younger than him. That man is old.
All right, so look, watch. Looking at Crystal. Why do I
I
make
just had
fun
to
of my
say that
dog?
because John always says that I'm evil, so I had to do it.
Oh.
Oh, look at the baby barking that damn shoe. I can't take it.
Give him a snicker.
Melting ice. Melting ice. Melting ice.
All right. I'm coming to get you.
Melting
Hold on a
ice.
second.
Stop
Melting
barking at
ice.
that shoe.
I called him a C head the other day, and I got myself reported
That is so bad. Don't say that.
because he does look like one.
He
He,
does. He's just getting old.
oh,
Put a
he's
sweat.
old.
Put a light jacket on him. Oh, I wish.
He lives in Florida. He's not cold.
Have a Crooklyn Kid reenactment or something.
Oh,
like
please don't do that, Queen.
That's what he looks like. What is he looks like? What is that? What was that? The never ending story?
Yeah, that thing.
The was it? What was the dog? That wasn't a dog. It was like a flying dog. It was like a dog dinosaur. That's what he looks like.
That don't do it. He looks like a schnauzer.
It looks like a fucking mutt that needs to do something else with his life. Leave me the hell alone. Leave me the hell alone.
I got a
don't know why
dog
you-
bed. Oh, I'm a mail it to you. All my dogs,
You're
my
gonna-
family dogs are gone.
Family dog. Okay, well, this is the last one. This is the last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, I ain't got no family now. We got one left. She a little white tea woman. We call her the little white tea woman. Wait, let me get. Do I got a picture? I know I got a picture of her. She crazy.
We keep on calling it's a boy, and I keep on calling it a she because it's small and it was like it's petite looking, so we keep on like she Snowballs, and it has a girl's name Snowball. I didn't think about it too much when I named him Snowball. I was just thinking that he was the size of my hand, and he was all furry and looked like a little snowball, so I called him Snowball. Thank you, Touch. He's not pretty anymore. He's very ugly looking now. He's like he doesn't have any hair. He's like he has I don't know, he like doesn't have hair in certain places, and then I cut his hair myself because I refuse to pay $80 for him to get a haircut anymore. And this is the first year I even stopped taking him to the vet because I was like, I'm tired of spending $200 every time to take you to the vet. He's not registered in I wasn't gonna get his rabies shots either because I was like,
Oh my.
you're 19 years old, like you've lived your life, you've done your job. Yeah, you've done your job. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. And then my mother goes, "Is that what you're gonna do to me?" Yes.
So you should make a little dog area for him with a little bed and a little chair and a little TV on the wall for him to sit in the corner.
No, doesn't.
Yeah, or get a big TV and have it sit on the edge and put a bed
Yes.
underneath the big
Make a
television.
little section for him. Have a little out. But this is your area, dude. This is
His
it.
area is in my son's room, but if for some reason he always ends up in my room, I don't know what it is. Like, and what happens is when my son is not home, he starts looking for my son. So I have to smell him, and so he walks around the whole entire house looking for my son, and ends up getting lost somewhere and
Oh,
starts barking
Mr.
at wolves.
Lonely. That's why you gotta keep. That's why you gotta put him. He blind. You gotta put him in a little area so he could just bark at his bed in there or something.
No.
It's terrible.
Thank you for my perfume, John. There we go. What's it? Valcor? Is that his name? That's what my dog looks like. I love that. Was my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies growing up.
The Never-Ending Story.
The Never-Ending Story, right?
I know the song, but I don't know the movie like that. I know the big ass.
I remember the dog. It wasn't a dog. Was it a dog?
No,
it was a dog.
Dragon. He was a
Yeah,
dragon.
it was a big
He
ass.
was a dragon.
dragon. He was a special dragon.
He wasn't special. What's his name? Valcor. And he used to drive Valcor.
Valcor.
Ah, he was great.
I never
I
got
did
to
like
see
that.
it.
You never saw it, Eva? John, what about you? Did you ever see that movie?
I seen it. I just
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's what my dog looks like. He literally looks like skinny and long. Skinny and long.
When you describing Never-Ending
Another
Story,
one, nobody
I thought you were
understands it.
talking-
Hey, Lena Kitty, good morning, beautiful.
I thought you were talking about the scene when the horse was in the tar, and I think that's what you wanted to do to the dog because they're both white, and just put them in that tar. You know.
Look at you. Oh, of course. Of course, you would think about the woman in there. Thank you, Lena Kitty. Thank you for my roses. I love me a rose. I love me a rose.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kitty because she went live. Had her own live panel the other day. She talked about autism awareness in adults and everything. And
I scrolled through. It was late at night though, right?
yeah, it was a late at night. Yeah,
Yeah. I remember scrolling through late at night when one of my bathroom runs, and I said, "Oh, look at beautiful Lena Kitty."
she
And I heard
definitely
I saw that it was about autism too. I love
yeah,
that.
and she talks about being a late bloomer and stuff like that. So she need to stay away from Adrian because
You're a late bloomer?
No, she's a late bloomer.
What does that mean?
Oh my, Adrian.
You mean like
Come
a late
on.
bloomer? She doesn't experience things? Yeah, that's what she did. She did one of those. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, they have mercy.
Does that mean you didn't experience?
I'm telling you,
before?
Adrian is like a billionaire.
This is my backup, friends. They got me on my main page. They got me on my main page, friends. That's the reason why I'm on my backup, and that's why I'm hiding out over here.
She's a billionaire in actual experience that normal stuff is just don't exist.
I don't know why. Friends. They just don't like me. Be telling my
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I get it. I don't know. I just never heard of a grown woman saying that she was a late
I was a late bloomer.
bloomer.
If you
I know we were talking about dogs. And they snatched my page. They snatched my page from me.
Lies, friends, lies. Please do not.
That is nice.
Bottle.
And the Empress said, "What did John do about it?" And I'm like,
No, I didn't say what did John do about it. I said, did you talk to John about it?
Adrian, Emperor, look, I'm not gonna let her divide us. This Puerto Rican person divide us like this.
Really? The Puerto Rican person?
That's hilarious.
All right, exactly. See? Good morning, friends. Good morning, gorgeous. How you doing this morning, beautiful?
I'm chilling. I'm always chilling until somebody bother me. I'm chilling.
Okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Nobody wants to be bothered.
I mean, if we're honest, she's really like fake Puerto Rican. Does she even have Sazon in her house?
Come on.
Empress. No, I might not have said so, but I have adobo, okay?
You don't have
I don't
Sazon.
think
Not
anymore.
adobo.
Why would I have
Finally.
that?
Why do you not have Sazon in your house? That's crazy.
Because I don't cook.
She watched Lena one time.
Wait,
and think
so wait.
that she
That's
everything.
crazy work.
That's funny. That's real funny. Good morning, John. How are you? And Empress and Crystal.
Morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
So my question.
Morning, friend with attitude. Hi.
Good morning. So I was listening to y'all. So what is late blooming? What is a late bloomer? What is that?
Okay, so I wasn't the only one. Okay, thank you, friends.
Well, that's because Fred got a lot of kids too. So.
Say, oh, go ahead, Chicago. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, friends got a lot of kids too. So she, her and Adrian are both, lost their innocence, a long time ago. So it doesn't.
No, you
Oh,
fucking lying.
really?
Um, the reason why I say I am a late bloomer be because some things I didn't get a chance to do as a teenager. Also because I was born early and my mom was supposed to have me in August. Instead, I came in June. So my development was a slow process. I didn't walk or talk until the age of 3. So
Okay, so like, I understand that.
a lot of things that I learned it was delayed, and I had to receive, should I say, occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, the whole 9 yards. So as a late bloomer that I classify myself as, I didn't get to date. I didn't get to interact with men, boys growing up, dating and things like that. If they did come over, my grandfather made them sit on the front porch and interact with me like that. But I didn't have physical date. I didn't do any of that until I became
Okay, so
an
that's okay.
adult. Hmm.
That makes sense. Good morning. Good morning, gorgeous. How you doing this morning? With damn, hold on a second. I'm doing something over here. I can't see. What's on. Good morning, Lena, Kitty. How you doing this morning, gorgeous?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing amazingly well. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry that John called you out and made you come over here.
It's okay. It's okay. I was just joking with him. I am a late bloomer. My mom passed. Well, first of all, I have ADHD, and I was diagnosed at a young age.
Okay.
And so I have a big family. I have 7 siblings. I have 6 sisters and 1 brother. I have 3 siblings that's older than me, and my brother's older than me, and then I have 3 baby sisters.
You're in the middle. Okay.
And my mom passed away when I was 16. And then I have a mommy sister who took care of all of us after she passed. And everyone, even my mom when she was alive, they were very protective of me because I guess they called me goofy, if that's what you want to call it. I'm just really bubbly and jolly, and that's also a defense mechanism. A defense mechanism.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so I guess because I'm so bubbly and jolly and really kind, my family sheltered me. And so I'm related to whoever was talking. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to dating. I didn't become intimate with any boys until I was 24 because I was scared my mom was watching because she passed away. So it took me a long time to even be with someone. And then
It's beautiful.
really
I mean,
haven't really been with a
it's
lot of people.
beautiful. It
I've
doesn't seem
been with
like
my
it's a
husband for
bad
18
thing.
years. I've been married for 13.
Nice.
He's my protector. He's the one that takes care of everything because if not, then my family would be doing it. So I'm appreciative on him loving me for me. I know I could be a lot. He's very protective of me. He's like, why did you do that? You shouldn't be doing that. Don't be so nice. But I can't help it. That's just who I
I love your
am.
heart. That's your heart. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Oh my goodness, that
Here,
was a
dear
beautiful.
love.
Huh?
Here, dear love. And we're
Fine.
all late bloomers. I didn't lose mine until I was 21. Why? Because I felt like at a young age they wasn't worth it. Get out of here.
Can I say
No,
something?
that's
Even
right.
then, I
Can
could have
Can
had
I
a
say
V8.
something?
Crystal's still
Chrissy,
talking though.
Christy,
One second.
go ahead, Christy. Go ahead and finish, Christy.
Oh no,
Go
I was
ahead,
just
Christy.
at a young age I could have had a V8. So I was a late bloomer in the fact that actually doing it was I was 21. So that's late bloomer club. What's up?
Oh, okay, late bloomer club. I
Thank
guess we your
you.
friends out of that club because we have kids, according to John.
Okay, and another reason why I say I'm a late bloomer is because Adrian knows, and some of you don't know, I was violated as a child. So a lot of my conscience was not to move too fast with boys. So although I did get pregnant at 19, I lost that baby, but I got married at 24. So I didn't have a lot of interaction with a man. as a lot of women that was my age when I got married had probably had several boyfriends from high school to adulthood. I didn't have that advantage. In a way, I kind of feel like I'm not saying that what happened to me was condoned, no, but what I'm saying is, in a way, it protected me from the evil of I probably would have got pregnant much sooner because my mom was a teenage
It was a
mom.
different
She
generation too back then too, right?
yeah, my
Everybody was getting married
mom,
early.
right, my mom had my older sister at 15 and she had me
Mm-hmm.
at 18. So a lot of the generational thing was trying to be diminished, okay? And my
Right.
mom really stressed. My mom did not raise me, okay? Let me say that. My
So it says
grandparents
that.
raised me, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in a very strict household.
And that's what it seems like with
But
Lena as
I
well. Lena
was
was saying that as
violated.
well. Like she
Yeah.
was scared that her
Mhm.
mother was going to be looking down on her. She had the fear. She had the fear of her mama
Mhm.
looking over her. So I could
Right.
understand that. So, friends, now that we got the definition, because me and you both didn't know the definition of that. Now, but you have young kids, friends. So I wouldn't consider you a late bloomer. But you
No,
could,
I wasn't. I
you,
wasn't
yeah,
a late
okay,
bloomer. I actually came early.
okay.
I moved a little fast when I was a baby. I started walking at 8 months. My mom said I was talking by one,
Oh
potty
wow.
trained by 1.5.
Okay, so he
Um,
was fast. He was always
yeah,
fast.
I
Eh?
moved a little fast, so I wouldn't. That's why I was like confused on what it is. But my girls are also like that too. Most of my girls started walking early. They talked early. Um, so
Right.
that's why
So you got to
what
make sure you
clear
put
that up.
the fear them so that they so that
Oh
they won't have
no,
sex
my
early.
daughter didn't. My daughter didn't have kids until after she graduated high school. She graduated high
Right.
school, then she had my first grandson. She
Oh.
probably could have waited a little bit longer to be stable, but as far as
Hmm.
like not being in school or whatever, she wasn't in school. She had graduated. She got pregnant the night of prom, actually.
That's
So
typical,
yeah,
unfortunately,
that's why
right?
I ain't trip on it. I ain't trip on it. It was typical.
Mm,
Normally, when you break your situation, that's normally when
mm.
most girls do break their situation. Um,
Right. Prom night is
so
like the big deal
yeah,
to have
yeah,
sex during
for
prom night.
most,
I know.
yeah, for most girls. So yeah,
I didn't make it to prom. I didn't make it to prom.
she was pregnant before she graduated, but she didn't have the baby until after she graduated. But my other
Okay,
two girls, they don't even like boys like that. Like they confused at this moment, so I'm
that's
okay
fine.
with them. I'm okay with them being confused right now. They don't know if they're like boys. They don't know if they're like girls.
They
So
like to have fun. They like to be innocent. I love watching your videos. I know I told you that
yeah,
before, but when I see the girls on doing their little videos, I'm like, oh, they look
yeah.
so
You see her and her
innocent.
friend. Her and her friend just thank you for the gift. She thanks you for the gifts.
Thank you,
Me
Lester.
and hey everybody. The other day, me and my husband took her and her friend to help her little friend celebrate the birthday. I'm gonna be telling that story on my live today because
I
this
love
shit got
that.
weird. But it's kids need to be kids. Us grown-ups need to stop putting so much on children. Children need to be children. They need to do their TikToks. They need to love themselves. They need
Hmm.
to play, even if it's play fighting with their friends. Um, Us grown-ups should not put so much expectations
But
on
shelter them
children.
too. Sometimes I feel like parents be sheltering them, like you can't do this, you can't do that, because they're like scared of like dirt.
But that's because parents are scared of what the world has to offer, right? But at the
Mm.
end of the day, they're going to find that out regardless.
You're gonna find them regardless, right? And I'd
They're
rather
either
you
going
find
to.
a hard lesson than an easy one,
I would.
because it'll stick with you
I
more.
would rather. I would rather let them see the lessons
Mhm.
with me than not with me.
That's true.
I'm going to
So
say
You could guide them through it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
and
that.
it gives them a better understanding. So once you go through it, you explain to them what it is, what could be done, and what did you learn from
Communication,
it. What
right?
did you
Talk to
learn
your
from it?
children, right?
And that's how I move. So all my kids,
I love that.
like my
That's
son
great.
was a late bloomer. Now my son was a late bloomer. He was a late bloomer. The girls weren't. Yeah, so
No, my
I'm
son was a late bloomer too. My oldest is 28, and he just had a baby like 3. My grandson is 4 years old, so I was glad that he waited so long to have a child. So I understand.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think my
I'm gonna
son,
say
I
personally.
don't think
I
neither
can't.
one of them
I'm sorry.
are.
It says Empress been trying to talk, but
somebody
she
is
talks so
muffled.
much.
Somebody's
Okay,
muffled
okay.
real bad.
Is that
I'm
I'm
me?
sorry.
Is that me? Okay.
No, I've
No,
been
it's
trying to
Empress. I
talk.
can't hear her. She's so soft spoken. Get Empress.
I'm gonna
Put some
say
bass in your voice.
personally,
Mhm.
talk about your personal experience. If you want to talk about what your personal experience is, put your personal experience out there. But especially your children, leave your children's actuality off the internet. If your children choose to talk about it, let them do it. But
I
don't
think that's
put
what you're saying, Empress.
uh, you know, we, especially those of us who are like Gen X or elder millennials, most of us had the benefit of growing up without a lot of our childhoods, and as a result, mistakes being recorded and being put up for the world to be able to review. Stop,
I get that.
stop,
That's your
stop, stop
experiences, right?
putting,
Okay, I
stop
have.
putting everybody else's, everybody
Yeah,
else's
just
shit
like
out there. Because now,
okay.
um, now they don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have a choice of who is reviewing it, talking about it, all of that.
I,
So
I understand your
So are
experience.
you referencing what I said
When
about my
Um,
children?
when
yeah,
I talk
it's
about
Hold on,
myself,
Lisa. Hold
not
y'all,
on.
just you,
Come on,
but
Lolo.
even just what Adrian said about her son. Like let them be the ones who decide who talks about
So
them.
I'm sorry that you misinterpret that, but me and my children talk about that all the time, and they give me permission to talk about it for my experience as a mother.
Yeah.
So, it's okay that y'all have y'all opinions on things like that, but if you and your children have an understanding about talking about it, that's between me and my children.
Right. Right. I completely understand. Let
can
my
I
let the parent be the parent. Let the parent be the parent.
can I say can I say something? I have been chastised on that very statement about talking about my son and things that have happened with
Mm-hmm.
me as a mom, me as a adult, me as a child. I went through a lot. I got over a lot, and I don't like
Right.
sometimes when people say that I'm slow or that I'm the R word or whatever. It does offend me and it
I
does hurt
should.
me. But I'm gonna
I
say
should.
this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this in defense of what Empress just said. Some people do distort our story and our
Mm-hmm.
experiences and make it a negative when it shouldn't have to be. It's not a negative. It's just an experience. It's just something that we share about what we've gone through, how we've overcame it, and how the Lord brought us through it. That's all. That's all
I
it
love
is.
that.
It should
I love
never
that.
be taken out of context. It should never be distorted. It is our story to
Mm-hmm.
share and
And you can
tell.
share it with the way that
My
you want to
boys,
share
right, and my boys don't get offended because I have one son that is a
it. Doesn't mean.
gamer. Is a gamer on TikTok. He doesn't
Oh,
get
really? Okay.
offended if I share my story about my childhood, the way I was raised, things like that. Even if I say something about him or his brother, I'm never going to talk derogatory about them. I love my boys. I'm a
Mm.
proud boy mom. But I have to agree with friends with attitude. We have a relationship with our children that you all will
Mm.
never understand. So what you think that
I get
might
that.
be a problem is not a problem for them at all.
But
So
you mean,
that's all I
it's
had to
mad
say
that
on
you
that.
said that such the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, before I got bananas, my son was in the panel because we were just talking about animals, right? We were talking about if you could be an animal, what animal would it be? So he was on my panel, and we were just talking about it. And this man said, does your son know that you talk all nasty and provocative on the internet?" And I'm like, "Miss Mother, of course he knows. What
I
do you think,
mean,
I hide it from him?"
but
And I was,
the question would be is, sir, do you think that you're telling on me to my child? and I'm the mother. Like, what are we talking about again? Okay.
Come on in perspective. I
I
thought
had
it was just
somebody
so strange.
say,
Like, mind your
uh,
business. My son is 28 years
yeah,
old. He's a fucking man now. He's a
right,
parent. He's a father.
right. They gotta stay in their play. Even though my
Right.
sons are
Like, this
grown,
is
they gotta know their boundary and they gotta stay in their play. They can't check me. Who they gonna check? I'm something like that lady on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who you gonna check? This is my
you want to
life.
check me,
I can
boo?
tell whatever. Yeah, who you gonna
They
check?
say
That's
for
my
the
it's my life. I can tell my life to 50, 100,000 million people if I want to. It's my
morning,
prerogative.
Charles. Charles
It's
got me
my
bananas
prerogative.
yesterday. Look,
I
Charles is funny.
overcame. I overcame a lot.
Oh
So
Lord.
I'm giving God the honor and the glory and the thanks because He brought me through. I'm 60 years old. I was told I would not make it to 5 years old. So I count my blessings, y'all.
I even had this man tell me one time because my son calls me mama, 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 right? So I had a man to tell me, he was just like, he told my son that. He was just like, you really shouldn't call your mom mama because that's what men call their girlfriends and stuff. I'm like, my son's been
That's
calling me
that's
mama since he's been born. How you
now
gonna tell
that's
me
a
how much he
complete
should be
lie.
calling me?
Now that's a complete lie. If you choose to call another woman mama and you have a mama, that's a weird situation.
That's the exact, it should be the opposite, right? Like, why are you calling your girlfriend mama?
That's a weird situation.
But
Just want to say
he
something.
was upset with my son for calling me that. I'm sorry, Lena. I know you've been trying to talk, Lena. I know
It's
we're like
okay.
all over the place.
No, Empress said something, and I kind of agree with her, but then it's like I'm not sure. So I really haven't never really posted my son. I always won't post their face. This time, because I am doing certain things with autism, I decided I wanted to share and post my son. And I, with my mind, wasn't thinking like I'm giving him a banana because he eats baby food, puree bananas. So I'm sharing this with somebody, and it looked like it was about to start to go viral. And then it was a lot of people that were like, good job, with autism moms, I was able to connect. And there was this one
The six
person,
one.
I wasn't even thinking about it, but they said something that made me put my baby onto friends and not like show the world anymore. They said something about false internet, false something. I guess I could generate or pretend like it's your baby or whatever, and then have them doing some crazy stuff. And but so I hurried up and put it on friends, like so whoever is my friends can see it, but the public can't. And I will never post my baby like that again because of what they said, and I didn't know. It was just the innocence of me wanting to share, but one
Right,
person wanted to be like, negative and troll or whatever, and it just hurry up and made me not want to share him no more.
right.
And so
Because that's exactly what
I
I
get I
was
get
trying to
what you're
think of.
saying. Like my
Yeah,
baby,
you got to be
he didn't
protected.
mind. Yeah, he didn't mind it, but it was like, oh, he's young and stuff too. So if they see him and they be like, oh, hey, I see you on TikTok. I don't know how that's done about him either, but I didn't think in that manner because I was trying to help other parents. So now that when that person said what they said, I wanted to take down a video, but my sister was telling me, no, just put it on friends, nobody else can see it. And then whatever you
Right.
do in the future, you don't have to show his face. You could just show the voice
Let
or
me ask you a
show
question.
what
How
you're
old is
doing or
he?
show him what you're working with. And that's what I'm gonna do because
How old
again,
is he?
I don't know. He's 10.
My children are 18, 17, 13, and 26. My children can speak for themselves. He is a little person. You make the decisions for him. My
So,
children are at the age to where they make decisions for themselves, and we have open conversations even on TikTok in my live. So my children don't mind. So that little baby, you have the right to make those decisions for
the
them.
parent,
But
right? Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, he was
because
kind of
so when
sad
he
because I was
gets
like, Mommy had to shut it down because he was excited about the messages. And I was like, no, Mommy had to shut it down. I didn't tell him why, but I was like, people, I was like, Micah, I was like, you're loved. I was like, because you ate your banana. And it was like happy, he was happy. But again, like, I don't think I'll be doing that till maybe they get a little bit older. Like, I have a 12-year-old, and I told
Mm,
him, like, he can't really do anything with social media until he turned 13, 14. And
right.
he has autism as well. So I just have to be careful with my babies. I don't now I can see why my mom was the way that she was, but me, it kind of get through my fingers because I don't know better. So I have to like work with my husband and my family. It's a village for me because I don't know better. And I hate that I don't know better. I get mad at myself.
That we have to do that.
So Lena, here's what I'm gonna say. A, I'm sorry that you went through that. But what I was really talking about is, and and I'll say that I have a son who is
I think you
17.
heard it wrong, Empress. I
Yeah,
think you heard it
no,
wrong.
no, I didn't hear it wrong. No, I'm sorry that she's having to go through that because she's feeling the pressures of having to protect her babies. I'm not hearing it wrong. She is like she's
Lena,
feeling the
I wasn't
pressure.
talking.
I'm not hearing what Lena said wrong at all.
I wasn't
She's
talking about Lena. I said I think you heard
okay.
friends wrong.
No, I didn't hear friends wrong either. But what I'm talking about is when it comes down to things that um, are like are intimate or things that we would not necessarily want everybody to know, right? Um, maybe we tell the things that are our own personal story. The things that are personal, we tell only our stories. We don't tell other people's stories. We tell only our stories. And that's what I was saying.
Okay,
Um
yeah, I understand
wait,
now.
hold and that's what I was talking about.
I
It's
think
kind of like, wait, hold on. Let me finish this up. Um so so it's kind of like, because even with my when my son was 10, I would ask him, hey, can I post this picture um before I posted it? And I've been doing that for a long time. He's 17 now. I still do that. I don't post things without asking his permission. um
Thanks.
I've done that for a long time, and I think about it like this. Have you ever posted a picture and then looked at it years later and was like, ooh, what was I thinking, right? What was I thinking? I know, yeah, Adrian, you love every picture of yourself. Me personally,
I do.
I've never, I've looked back and gone like, oh my god, I thought I looked so good in that, but at least I have the awareness of going, oh, at least I felt good about myself in that moment, um, and I want him to know he felt good when he decided it was okay to post a picture, right? Um, I don't want something to be out there about him that I put out there, not he chose to be out there. And I think it's unfortunate when information that should be personal is out there because somebody else chose to put it out there. It's
I
unfortunate.
understand. It is unfortunate, but that
I
like
And
get what
everybody's
you're
and
parents
saying,
especially
move
when it's
Empress.
different.
personal, especially when it gets down to
Everybody's parents move
sexuality,
different.
you know,
I
and
get
I
what
put
you're
all my
even
kids'
saying,
shit
even
out there,
though
and
Empress.
my
even
grandkids'
though
shit out there.
even though
I
friends
don't
is
give a
saying
fuck.
even though friends is saying, well,
I can hear that.
you're the parent, you know what, as a
Such a kid,
parent,
we can't hear baby because your the TV and putting your mute.
even though you're saying, even though friends is saying, well, you're the parent, you get to make the choices as the
She
parent.
didn't say that. I said that. I said that. I
No,
said that.
friends actually did say something about, you're the parent of the 10-year-old, you get to make the choices. You know what, as at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, you should be protecting the information about
So,
that
like
child's
I said, I think you got
sexuality.
that wrong again, and I think you're taking my perception wrong. When I say she gets to make the choices, I am saying she gets to make the choices to protect her son by any means necessary. If she needs to take his pictures and stuff down because of people being mean on the interweb, that's her choice to do that to protect her child. That's what
Yes,
I'm saying.
yes,
Right.
she gets to make she gets to choose to
I
do
agree with
that,
that.
but in terms of,
But that's what I was saying.
but
The same
also
thing.
in,
It's the
all
same
right,
thing.
we're gonna leave this alone.
Say something.
I think
Can
that
I say something? I get
sexuality should
totally
be.
I get totally what Empress is saying. Um, just for example, my
We all do.
oldest son is a lawyer. My youngest son served in the military, but now he's dealing with mental issues. That's no secret. My son does not have a problem with me talking about it. I just don't give his diagnosis. I don't talk about his diagnosis. That's to protect my son. And I get exactly what you're saying, Empress, but it's still as a parent, if we're the parent, we are experiencing those issues or whatever with our children together. So if it is our story to share, to help somebody else, to encourage somebody else, to empower someone else, to help them know that they can get through it too, because they, seeing Little Touch or Friends with Attitude or Miss Lena going through whatever they're going through, that we go together to grow together. We can share those experiences and stories. Lena, I don't have a child with autism, but I have two cousins who are now adult, and they have autism. One of them works, the other one is basically at home being cared by her parents. So it is what it is. We all have a story. We have always, all of us have something we're going through. I just went through a very traumatic situation with my son, but I will never, ever get on TikTok and give y'all blow for blow of diagnosis. All I can ask you all to do is to continue to pray for my son's mental health. That's it. That's it.
No, I love that,
And I
and
don't,
Lena, thank you.
yeah, and I don't feel ashamed to say that or share that and ask for all of us support and prayer, because that's what it needs. That's what he
Okay,
needs
especially because
right
it's
now.
Sunday. Absolutely. And Lena, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, because I think that a lot of, I don't know, growing up, that was like to have some type of disability, period, was some type of like a shame, right? So we used to, I know when I was growing up, the kids in special needs, what they weren't called special needs, was like in the basement somewhere. You didn't, and they really didn't have special needs. They had just had like, difficult ways of learning, right? Or they were hyper or something like that. But they were always like kind of like frowned upon, and they were like in the basement somewhere of the school, and nobody knew those kids. But I think that this day and age of information, we know so much about children who are in different aspects of the spectrum, that it's good that we know that we're not alone in this, especially being a parent of one. Like my first experience of being of working with children was with a children who had, or a child who had Asperger's. And at that time, Asperger's just came out. And so it was like, I didn't know what to do, but I was my particular job, because he was so smart and so intelligent. But so his mother fought him. And that's the reason why I'm such an advocate of fighting for our children, and making sure our children are getting what they need, and not let the system sit there and dictate what are best for our children. Because I saw how this mother did it for her son. She was like, no, I want him in a regular ed class, because he's, and she advocated so much that I was his, all right, Empress. So I was I was there to be his parapro, to make sure that, he was able to, and I used to get beat up, spit, my hair was pulled because he didn't have that social skill. I loved him so much though, because I knew that it wasn't his fault. I didn't take it personal. It wasn't a me. He just didn't like me. That's why he was beating me up. No, I just knew that he didn't know how to he didn't have all this energy. So, I had to comb him, and I had to talk to him and redirect him and stuff like that. And a lot of times parenting, a lot of people, because it's so, it's happening more regular. You see it a lot now. I think that educational part of it is amazing that you're doing, because you have firsthand knowledge, especially being a young parent. So I appreciate you just sharing that with us.
I'm not young. I'm 43 years old, but thank you.
You are a
Um,
young parent.
I'm not young. I had my
Doesn't mean that
babies
you
at
have to be of
30.
age young, but
But I do want to say, first of all, Chicago, you know everybody,
Yeah.
because Adrian, I just met her just for being her. She just so fun and pretty, and I just like her. Then when I seen you linked up with Chicago, I was like, she knows Chicago. But thank you
see,
so much. I actually it was one of those kids too that was in special ed all my life, from elementary all the way up to high school, and I am in college too, DSPS. Because I have ADHD, and sometimes I don't know how to have a calm body. I just turn the F up, and I'm super hyper and want to do backflips and jump off planes and stuff like that. But that's okay.
I wouldn't
That's how I
call
get my
that.
energy out.
I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't call that a disability. I wouldn't
it's
call
not
that a
really.
disability.
Nowadays, it's
I
not.
would
It's
call
not.
that
Yes,
somebody that has extra energy that needs
it
to. get it off.
Get it
I would
out.
say,
Yes, but
I would say that
ADHD
that
is
you
a
But
wouldn't
my
disability,
learning,
support.
the way that
friend.
I learn is
Friend,
different.
it
Like
is
I,
a
It's
disability
different.
though.
I
It
wouldn't
is.
say it is though. She's just overzealous. It's human nature.
I'm
I get
calling
what you're
it,
That's what
saying,
the
friend,
doctors
but
say it
yes, they
is.
do classify it as a
Excuse me, Miss
disability.
Yeah,
Middle Touch. Let me
technically.
finish. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't say, because I don't want her to think that that's a disability for her. You're
I know what
not
she thinks.
disabled. It's not a disability. You are just overzealous, and you need to do things to burn your extra energy off.
You got me
And
banana
that's
too.
that's what I would say. But if they've clinically
Yeah, you know,
diagnosed
technically
you,
label everybody
then it is
nowadays.
yeah,
what it is. But I wouldn't
I
think
get
that. You
I
sound
understand.
normal to me.
She is
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
well,
normal.
I
Adrian,
appreciate it.
Adrian,
I do know ADHD is
Yes,
part of a
legendary.
disability, but I would like to say that I'm uniquely different. And I understand what
Mm.
you're saying. My
I love
family
that.
also tells me not to say that, but I always tell them that it was clinically diagnosed when I was young and
You
I had to
just
take
need to burn
medication
off
for it.
energy.
well,
That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, it's like
Adrian is diagnosed too. She's a ADD, Adrian Dick disorder, and she's trying to get it
Oh my
all the
God.
time.
Doggone.
And her special ed
John,
is special
John,
evaluation.
Migraine.
John, you.
I'm going on
But you
mute
know
now.
what? But you know what? I will say this. I will say this. I've been classified a lot of things that I'm not, and I've been diagnosed of a lot of things that I am that everybody don't know. So I say
I don't
this
like
in
labels.
humbleness. I say this in humbleness. All of us got something that we're dealing with,
It makes us
something that
uniquely.
we're proud of, some things that we're not so proud of. So it is what it is, and that's
I love
what
that.
I often empower my youngest son to think. You served our country. You should be proud that you served our country, even though you might have came back home a little messed up. You served our country and you did well. And my son, he went up the rank very fast and he became a leader. My son is an
You,
introvert. My son never ever really been around people to be in a leadership capacity, but he did his job to the best of his ability. And now the VA finally agreed to take care of my son for the rest of his life. And that I thank God for because it was a long journey. Last year was a very long journey for my
you know
son,
what?
and I'm
I
proud of
see
my
that.
son.
But you know what, Seth? I was talking about this other day because Hellkit did they were doing a live. I wasn't in a live yesterday, and they were talking about having adult children. I honestly think it's harder to parent an adult child versus a child who is I won't even say who has special needs. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's like at least you can. I mean, a young child. I wouldn't even a young child. I'd rather deal with a 2-year-old than deal with a 28-year-old because a 28-year-old, an older person, an adult child, is only so much you can actually control, right? You could suggest things to them. You could talk to them. You could say different ways that you could do better. You could try to instill, try to show them what they don't see in themselves, but you don't really can't control it. With a younger child, though, you know what I'm saying? A 2-year-old might be running all over the place, but you can still have some type of control. Like, yo, you're gonna sit your ass down right there and take a little break, or I'm gonna feed this to you, or let's. So I was like, I'd rather have a 2-year-old running around driving me nuts all day than an adult child, because an adult child is definitely harder to parent because you see them hurting
Uh,
and you can't do
yeah,
anything about it.
I
Okay.
totally agree with you, Adrian. You're speaking the
Mm-hmm.
truth. I've worked in group home with adults with special needs who had MR or mental illness or whatever. And trust me when I say, when those parents come up there to visit, they are so glad it's out of their hand. They don't have to watch and take care of that child every single day. They act so relieved. They act so appreciative. They you have to see it. You have to see it to believe
Oh,
it.
I don't want
And
to. I think this
and
is so sad. I
I'm gonna
couldn't
be
see
very
it.
honest.
It's hard.
I'm gonna be very honest. It is a job and a half. We are very underpaid. They don't pay us
Mm-hmm.
enough. And now that I'm in the school system, I'm getting a little bit more than what I was working in a group home. But I love what I do. And Adrian, you know I've told you this often. I love what I do. I feel like I'm
I love
giving
it.
back. I feel I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving back, and I also feel like I could have been one of them, y'all. I could have been one of those children. I could have
Right,
been, but the Lord
right.
prevailed. The prayer of the righteous
Well, time for
availeth
change
much,
too.
and it touched me, and I'm a miracle. I could have been one of those children. I count my blessing. Yeah, I count my
Thank
blessing.
you. Thank you. No, I know it would definitely, and that's why I think I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm just excited about the education that we get, that we know a lot more now than we did before. And that's, and I guess with experiences. My son also has special needs. He has didn't get he was just a learning I don't know nowadays. Now I don't even know what it's called anymore because everything's changed so damn much. But he always had IEP, and since he was like 3 years old, he's always been had some type of IEP, but he was able to take that to college. You know what I'm saying? So he even went to college, and I made sure when he went to college, I'm like, make sure you have your IEP. You there? And I talked to his teachers and everything like that. And now, like, he's been out of my house since he's been 18 years old. He works at a group home touch, so he works with children, teenagers who can't live at home anymore and have some type of thing going on with that. So it's just like that's why it's so amazing that before we were like, oh, if you were on special needs or if you had some type of challenges that you couldn't do anything, we had to stuff you in a home somewhere. And now it's like, no, these children could become active adults in society and do amazing things with their lives. We shouldn't have to label them. That's what I don't like to label.
So I want to say
I'm sorry.
something. I'm just
Oh,
going to say something real quick.
Okay, Prince.
So when you tell a child that they're disabled and all the things, it makes them that way. If
Right.
you if you teach them to be normal in society, they don't look at things that way. That's just my
Mm-hmm.
perception, right?
No, you're
Because
absolutely right. Because
I
my son never knew that
noticed
he had special needs.
I
For real.
notice a lot of people will handicap their children by telling them they're handicapped.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool. Let them be
Right.
thriving regular children and play with regular children and do all the things that regular children do until they can't anymore so they can be thriving adults. And
Yeah, and I think
people can't tell them, oh, you have this, so you can't do this. Don't
right.
handicap your children. Let them be normal. And even if it bothers them, it hurts them, or it stops them, tell them they can move forward. You are their
Mm-hmm.
first motivational speaker.
Right.
And
I agree.
if you notice, I don't be taking those videos, Adrian. They take the videos of themselves. It's not
I know.
me on that phone recording.
I
It's
love looking
her.
at it. I love watching it.
It's
I love
her.
watching
She
it.
wants to dance.
Oh, thank you,
She wants to
Charles.
do her little ticky
Thanks,
tocky
Charles.
stuff. And then I also get on there and I do it with them to let them know I I support you in whatever it is you do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No,
I
that's
want to
beautiful. I
say
mean,
something.
yeah,
I'm
please.
sorry. I
Okay.
it takes a while for me to process, but I remember you saying that you worked at the schools where they had kids that were in the special needs class or special ed class in the back or whatever. I was one of those
When
kids
I was
that
growing up.
yeah,
When I was growing up.
they put me in the special ed class with the kids that were severe. And so as I grew up educational wise, I don't think that I was educated right. When I went to college, and what I was like I went to college like a couple of years back. I'm almost done. My GPA is a 3.2. But when I had went, I was lost. I didn't know nothing. And I was crying
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like at my age, these young kids, like they knew everything, but I was supposed to like know. So I kind of had a weird, I was feeling some kind of way. I was angry at how they educated me back then and how they just threw
Right.
me in the class with everybody. So I was
Right.
really shocked when I seen like I fought for my kids because my mama, I think she got scared and then was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just not do all these therapies and stuff because it scared me and it was like new for her. So she
Right.
took me off the medication and I had to go through the withdrawals and all that kind of stuff. But she was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna let you be like what you were saying, friends with attitude. My mom was like, I know that something is different about my daughter, but I'm gonna let her do her and all these things. The only thing that was hard for her was to put me in a normal class, because general ed class because of my learning and how I was. Like I was turned up and I couldn't be still and I was disrupting the class. So I couldn't be in the class with general ed for that time, but eventually as I got older I did when I was ready. But
Right.
but yeah, you were absolutely right about the education thing. So now it's changed because now they have
It's definitely.
severe kids with disabilities, and they have the class where the kids that have autism and
Inclusion.
ADHD are together, and they're smart as crap. Like, I love it for my kids.
It's
I
the
It
really do.
really
environment.
is
It's the
I
very
so
intense.
environment.
love it. I love
It's
it.
most definitely the environment that you put your children in that will help them
Mhm.
thrive. That's why I'm
Right.
saying, that's what I'm saying.
They
They're
give
not
mommy money for the
always
gift.
the problem. They're not always the problem. It's the
Mhm.
diagnosis that's the
Right.
problem.
It's the
What if that's
labeling.
not
It's the
what it
I
is
labeling.
agree
with the
with you,
kids?
friends, with attitude
What
because
if
eh, go ahead, friend. Friend, go
What
ahead.
if that's not really the issue? What if you guys are boring and this child needs something that's going to speed their mindset up? What if you're not on the track with them? What if you're not moving with them? What if you're the dry eyes guy that needs to get up and put forth some zoom in your speed? Some
Mm-hmm.
kids learn different. Some kids
Mm-hmm.
learn faster. I noticed my grandson is a little like what you say you are, Lena, but he's smart as hell. But he has
Yeah.
that energy. He needs to
Mm-hmm.
move. He needs to go outside and do the sonic zoom real quick, and then he can come in with the rest of the kids
Mm-hmm.
and sit down and chill. Sometimes I think they
Mm-hmm.
need to get up and dance and shake the little bugs off, and
Mm-hmm.
then they'll quiet their minds. I have
And that's
four
and
children. I have four
What
children,
I
and they all learn differently. And as a parent, I had to learn how to teach them differently. All kids don't learn the same. So when they
no.
give the teachers and everybody that curricula, y'all have to remember some children learn faster, some children learn slower, but that does not mean they
Mm-hmm.
have a disability. They just
oh,
do things different. I hate when
yeah,
people say,
absolutely.
oh,
I
that's a
think
disability, but that's
I
just
Mm-hmm.
me,
think
you know?
No, yeah, no,
I
you're absolutely
think
right.
Hey,
you're right. I think the schools have we have the SPED and we have the MOID and we have the severe and they we are living in a society. Let me say it like that because I am working for the school system still, so I have to be careful of how I say what I say. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we're living in a society that's quick to label your child, and
Mm-hmm.
you as a parent have to be mindful to be there that child advocate. If you know that your child has the potential to thrive and to achieve, my grandmother got when she had a good paying job. She was a director of a housekeeping department at a rehab hospital. So at that time in the 70s, in the 80s, she was able to afford it. So she got me speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy. She also got tutoring. I had to repeat kindergarten because I was in the hospital so much. I missed so many days. And when I would come to school, I was whining like a little toddler. I was not ready for school in kindergarten my first year. So I had to repeat it. I was supposed to graduate in 82. I came out in 83. Now the thing that what my grandmother did that a lot of parents are not doing now, she would create flashcards. Whoever babysat me for 30 minutes to an hour, I had to go over words. I had to go over math numbers. I had to do it all just as if I was in the classroom with my babysitter. They had to do that for 30 minutes to an hour. And as I got older, I got interested in reading, and reading helped my vocabulary. It helped my speech. It helped me. Some people say they don't even detect that I have a speech impediment, but I do. So I had to work on that. I had to practice. I had to memorize. I had to do a lot. A lot. And so I don't take nothing for granted. I appreciate that my grandmother, I was supposed to wear hearing aids. I have a hearing impairment. My grandmother said, I don't want her to live like that. I want her to live a normal life. So she's going to learn sign language. Once she
That
masters
normal.
that, she's going to learn how to read lip. And that's what I do. Just don't whisper to me because I'm not going to hear a damn thing you just said.
But he's
Okay?
so loud. That
But,
to me is so loud.
but, but at the end of the
Good morning,
day,
Charles.
I had to, like friends just said, my parent, my grandparents was very integral part of progressing me past whatever the doctors were saying I had going on. They wanted me to push forward. They wanted me to thrive. They wanted me to live a normal life, and I did. And I'm a functional, uh, classified as the doctors say disabled person, but I don't live like a disabled person. Adrian have
Get
met
some
me.
know
I
who
don't
is.
I don't act like that. I don't live like that. I don't walk like that. I don't talk like that.
No,
But I get what
we're all
everybody is
not
Wait,
saying.
normal.
wait.
But you know that
Yeah.
right now?
Can I say
Mhm.
this? Can I say this real quickly? As
I can
somebody
hear you.
who is neurospicy and also has an autoimmune disorder,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that the diagnosis is not the issue. The diagnosis is how we figure out how to help you,
Makes
right?
sense.
So in what you just described, little, you having the diagnoses was how your grandmother figured out how she was going to get you the tools that were going to make you the most functional, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she found out, okay, you had hearing
Yes,
issues,
ma'am.
you had
Mhm.
speech issues, and she found all
Mhm.
the different tools, right?
Mhm.
But because she could only do that because you had the diagnoses, right? That's what she needed. She needed those diagnoses, especially when we're talking about those who are neurospicy, and that is on a wide spectrum, right? Knowing what kind of neurospicy you are kind of can help people figure out what are the tools that you need to best learn, or what some people, um, even with something like ADHD, there are a number of different forms of ADHD, right? So some people who are ADHD might need medication, some might need, some people hyperfocus, some people have limited focus, some, they're but it is about getting your particular diagnosis helps you to figure out what are the tools you need to learn, right? Or how do you best interact, and yada yada yada. The the um the diagnosis is not the issue. It is the lack of tools that you are given or restricted from.
As long as
That
you diagnose the right way, though, right?
right. Yes, but the diagnosis is not the problem.
Right. Well, I mean, like, it would be the problem if you were diagnosed the wrong. If you were diagnosed as having ADHD, but you really had autism or Asperger's, then it would be a problem.
Right, right,
Right,
Adrian, and
but
that's my thing.
we're also having to acknowledge, we also have to acknowledge that this is a science
Right.
that is a growing science. So for
Right.
example, when we talk about Asperger's, they no longer classify
I
Asperger's.
know.
It is something that Asperger's is now just one of, they don't call it Asperger's anymore. It's
More of
just
the
a
spectrum,
form
right?
of autism on the spectrum. Just
Right.
like they no longer talk about ADD, it is ADHD. It is one of the many forms of ADHD, because
Right.
this is the science as it grows, as they learn
Right.
more and more about it. But
Mm-hmm.
the
It is still being used, right?
the diagnosis is not the problem. It is, it is as people are given the tools or restricted from the tools. And I want to say, Kitty, you are one of the few women who were actually that I have met who were actually diagnosed at a young age, because most women, especially women of color, were overlooked. The number of women that I have found, especially women of color, who were diagnosed ADHD as children, is so small. Most of us were diagnosed as adults.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you know
It,
what's
it,
Come on,
crazy is
Chrissy.
I lived in Lancaster when it was all mostly predominantly white. And I think that's probably why, or somehow why I got diagnosed, because I didn't know how to relax or whatever
Back up
what was
into
going on. And so the
implementing
teacher talked to my mom, and
retraining.
then that's how I got tested.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It makes
ADHD
sense.
ADHD has been has primarily, especially in children, has it's only now that they're starting to look at, oh yeah, no, it's in girls, it's in girls, and they are having to realize it presents differently in girls than it does in boys. So we have a lot of it's the realization uh of holy shit, there's a shitload of adult women, and that has had them looking at girls in a whole different way.
Mhm. Good morning, Charles. How are you doing this
But
morning,
anyway,
Charles?
on
I
that
didn't say
note,
good
Before,
morning
Good
to
morning.
I'm
before
you.
going
Charles
to.
speaks,
I didn't want to
before
interrupt the
Charles
conversation.
speaks, hey, good morning, Charles. Before Charles speaks, I do believe being mixed diagnosed is a big problem because if
Mhm.
you're misdiagnosing, then that means they're never going to find the correct tools. So I
Yeah,
would have to smallly disagree with you because if
I
you're
would.
misdiagnosing people and saying, hey, you got ADD, but that's not the correct term for it, or you have
Mhm.
Asperger's and that's not the correct term for it, how are you going to find the correct tools? And this is why I say some parents like myself, if I had children like that, I would take steps further, do more research myself, and develop the tools and the plan for my children because evidently, no disrespect to anyone's profession, you haven't done enough research to tell me what my
Mhm.
child is diagnosed with. So I, as the parent of my child, need to do my due diligence and find some bigger, better things for my child to learn and thrive as a child and grow into a thriving, stable adult. Because if this young lady was put in a class with children that was not even on her level, all she needed was a class to expand and help her expand her horizon and help her move some of that energy, then they
Mhm.
misdiagnosed her. So
Yeah, but that's not true.
I, as a parent, will always be an advocate for my children to get the best
Good.
education, to
So
get
Perfect.
the
hey,
best
so
mental stability, to get the best diagnosis because they don't always know what they're talking about. I also have an autoimmune disease. And
so
they told me I had, wait a minute, I was quiet while you were talking. And I was also told I had something else, but I had to do some research on the situation. And then I went back to the doctors and told them, this is what I see, this is what I feel, this is what I read. Could you redo this? And then they told me, yes, this is what I had. So the fact that I had to diagnose myself before the doctors gave me the correct diagnosis shows that they do not know everything. Sometimes we have
Mhm.
to find out things and do research for ourselves and also our children. And I'm
Absolutely.
done.
I agree with you.
so
No, I absolutely agree.
so
Can
what
we
I'll
get
say.
Charles talk?
Let me just finish
I'm
this because
bad.
like I
Oh,
said,
thank you, Charles, for being so
cutting off.
patient.
I, and I do apologize, Charles. So
No
there
worries.
is a
It's
difference
an important
between
topic, so
the
I'm fine.
there's a difference between what you originally said, which was the diagnosis is the problem, and uh, and sometimes we are being misdiagnosed. And I will agree, sometimes we are misdiagnosed.
Mhm.
Now, keep in mind, I said I have an autoimmune disorder. I said I have an autoimmune disorder. I actually have multiple autoimmune disorders. And I will tell you, as someone with multiple autoimmune disorders, I have
I don't
spent
even know what
33
it
years
is.
fighting constantly with doctors to have them look at other things that I go through, and sometimes having to have them readjust how they think about certain things. Um, and I also said sometimes the science is adjusting and growing. Their knowledge of things is adjusting and growing. Now, I also said that in Miss Kitty's case, she is one of the rare cases in which they actually recognize that a girl had ADHD. So it was
Mhm.
the problem wasn't necessarily that she was misdiagnosed. It was that it was more likely that they recognized that she had ADHD, but did not probably recognize quite where to put her, and did not have the finances and a space to put her in. Right? They recognized that she had special or different needs, and did not have, because we recognize that the schools these services take additional finances, and services, yada yada yada. So they probably didn't, because she was such an unusual case, they probably didn't recognize what to do with her, right? Because it's a growing science, and she was an unusual case.
Thank you for joining the team. Thank you,
So
thank you, thank you so
there's
much.
there's a whole lot that goes into her particular case.
Because it's hers.
But right,
Case.
it's hers. But I'm not going to
Right.
say that the problem was that she was misdiagnosed. I'm going to say that
Yeah,
they her case needed additional attention, and they probably didn't know what she needed. And I will
and then
leave
she
it
said it was in
there.
the 80s too. And again, the 80s,
Right,
like you had mentioned before, that people, it wasn't as developed as is now, with learning. It's constantly
right.
moving.
And
Even like
and
even for
it's
me to say
only
Asperger's,
now
that was
it's only now
96.
in
And now you don't do that in
2025 that they are
2002.
really
Yeah.
figuring out, that they are really
Right.
only now figuring out,
It's
oh
your
my God,
birthday.
girls are now becoming an area in ADHD where they are starting to really study. 2025, which we're talking about the 80s, and in
Right.
2025, that's where they're really now starting to go, oh my God, girls are girls have ADHD. Oh my God,
Right. Oh, I
we
gotta go
should
to the
study
bathroom again.
this. But anyway, on that note, I'm sorry for taking up your time, Charles. Much love. Uh, y-
Charles is the most patient man I've known on TikTok. He's the most patient man on TikTok I know.
y'all have a good
We would have
day.
been
I'm gonna go
cursed
eat
out already
something.
by now.
I'm gonna go eat something.
Go eat something, Empress.
Hmm.
Go eat something. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning. How is everybody this morning?
He
Everybody in the
doesn't like
box.
coffee.
Money down there in
Good
the comments.
morning. Good morning, Charles. How
Um,
you doing?
Not
Good
too
morning, Charles.
bad. You know when your
No.
live went down yesterday, they
Yeah, that
got
was
me.
your fault, Charles. It was
It
your
was
fault.
not my fault. How was
I
it
don't know what
my
we were talking
fault? We were
because you got
talking
me
about
pulled in
what
first.
animal. We were talking about what animal people
We
would
were talking
be.
about animals. Don't you know they got me for sex exploitation or something like that?
They got me for the same thing, and then I appealed it, and they told they
It's because
reversed it. I know.
why?
That's what I
They
was
got me for
saying.
sexual
They got mine
exploitation the
too
other
for
day. My
$5.
main page is down too, Adrian. You ain't the only one. It's these hating ass folks on this app.
It's these hating ass people. Like seriously, like I couldn't believe it. I was so upset. I was so upset about it because I'm like, I'm almost covered up. Charles was talking. We were talking about the question of the day is if you was an animal, what animal you would be. Very simple, very easy conversation. It was nice speaking to you too, Lena.
Good
Thank you for
day.
joining us. And it was so simple and it was so easy. And next thing you know, it was going on for maybe about 2 hours. Charles was in the middle talking. He got a violation. They dropped him. And next thing you know, my thing was shut down. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Got us both. No, and it was ridiculous because there was nothing that we had done to.
There was nothing going. I appealed. I appealed it, and I can't go back until Wednesday. So they didn't give me a whole week. They gave me a couple of
They
days.
gave me until the 28th.
Oh wow, they give you a whole week.
Yeah, they
And
originally
it was
gave
for
me.
sexual exploitation and bullying and harassment. When I don't feel like I do no more than the rest of these content creators on this app.
That
That's what I feel like too, friends.
you don't.
But I think
That's
that,
one
and
thing I've
I'm
never
sorry,
seen you
I'm
do.
sorry, Charles. We will
Absolutely.
overtalk you a mile away because I know you're very so spoke. But just one thing, real quick. I think what it is. I think they know because from what I understand, because John always was trying to get my page back from China, right? And I think when you get China doesn't like sexual exploitation type of stuff. That's the hardest one to actually get your page back. So I think the people that report us know to do sexual exploitation so that they know that we can't get our page back. So even though as ridiculous as it may sound, I think that's the reason why they report us. That's how I know it's somebody actually reporting us versus TikTok doing it.
Oh
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's only to shut us up because they don't we they want to control us. It's a form of control. And like I told TikTok, it's a form of control and it's also a form of bullying. And I told them it's also a lack on their part that they're not going through those clips and thoroughly looking at the clips to see what was exploitive, what was the
Right.
harassment, what was all the things that were being reported for. They send me a message back saying, due to community, whatever, we can't give you your page back until this time. But I know for a fact you haven't done your due diligence. You don't even speak English. So you don't even know what the hell we saying in this live.
What it is.
So
It could be I've
it is
shouldered
what
my
it is.
shoulder and they could think that that's sexual or even asking for gifts or asking for likes and stuff like that. They consider that. as exploitation, but they
But I
wouldn't
ain't
recognize it
said,
right away unless somebody tells them about it.
and I said that, Adrian. I said that. People can say,
Mhm.
no, it's the AI. No, it's these niggas
Mm-mm. I
going
don't
to
think it's
report.
AI. It's not the AI. Mm-mm. I don't care. I'll be a conspiracy theorist all you want. I'll be paranoid all I
I
want.
wouldn't even come in our last night. We talked about dingleberries. We talked about gooches. We talked
For
about
nothing.
all the
Did I
things,
agree?
and
Dingleberry.
nothing happened.
See, that's
Oh,
what I'm saying. All right, go
yeah,
ahead,
and,
Charles. You go
and
ahead and talk while I go to the bathroom because I'm about to bust in my pants. Now, ooh,
uh,
that sounds good. See, bust in my
okay.
pants. All right, sorry.
Well, one thing I was going to say is I've never heard friends ever bully anybody in the first place, and so that definitely doesn't make any damn sense. And again, we were just talking about a simple question, and they got I guess they got must have got me and you at the same time or whatever, which tells you that they definitely are reporting. And I think, friends, you had your page go down like multiple times from this shit, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, they always popping me. You know they pop me because they want me to shut up. They want me to jump on the following bandwagon and be scared of their ass. But I ain't scared of nobody on here.
Nope. I hear you. I just
Enjoy your day.
it was ridiculous yesterday what they did, and
About,
and I missed that a
about
lot. I
spirit
missed that
animals.
conversation. I wish I would have been in there. I would have had.
Well, every Saturday night I host adult lives and we talk about adult stuff. So every Saturday, we have the you was in there I think for a little bit for the erotic book reading. We had the erotic book reading and then we talked about BDSM and all that other stuff, which you're good at that. So I don't know why you
Yeah.
weren't in there.
I know I
So
should have
yeah,
been in there. I apologize. Well, someone else had a dating show that they wanted on that they were doing, so we wanted to support them. That they're finding their other person type of thing. So I was like, well, okay, we'll go. I'll go over there and support. And then I got into a very very deep discussion last night. I know you. Do you know who Black Liberties is?
mm-mm.
Uh, so Black Liberties is a constitutionalist, and he and I and some other people, we were in a really deep discussion about the stuff that's been going on with Trump and how we were. I don't want to mess with Adrian's page, but we were in a really deep conversation about things about how to actually change the mindset of things um, because of the children are taught at a young age on racism, right? And so
I agree.
because it comes from the family and the home, and we're trying to figure out ways, deeper ways to find a way to change the mindset, because you're not going to be able to change the home, right? Because you can't change the parent. The parents already set in their ways, and they're going to teach their kid what they're going to teach them, right? But is there a way that we can find a way to use the education system to maneuver that to where you change their minds, and you deconstruct the racism that's been educated by using certain tools in school? That's what so that's kind of why we got into that conversation and stuff. So
Damn, I lost all that. I went to the bathroom and this is what I missed the whole conversation. Sorry, Charles.
no
He was
worries.
saying how racism is a taught it's a taught situation. Racism is a taught situation is what he was talking about.
Okay. Really? That's what we were talking. How did we get there?
I don't know.
I
He
was
was saying what was he
talking
was
about her
talking
live
about on another live. That was all.
Oh,
she,
okay. Okay, I
because
got you.
she
Did you
had
get
the
banana
fun.
for that? Did you get banana?
No,
Why come we don't get banana for that?
well, she was saying
They
she had
won't
the fun
they won't
live about.
banana political things
I know.
because they don't they just stupid. Let me be quiet.
It's
Well,
a
and
shame.
and
It
she was saying
definitely
how
is a shame.
she was having a fun live, and they were talking about BDSM and all those kinds of things like that, which I had a good
Oh,
conversation
Charles, you
on.
missed it.
I know I did, but what I was saying, I told her was, first there was
Charles is that.
someone who wanted, they were doing a dating show, so we wanted to go support that dating show for them, and
Oh, that's nice.
then I got deep into this deep conversation with Black Liberties about how to change the minds and change the inherent racism that is taught from in the house, you're not going to change that at home, right? But you can change it. But if we can find a way to use tools in the school to start at a very young age to deconstruct that educated racism, so that we could end up making it so that inherentness is not there anymore, and to actually change the whole spectrum of it. Does that make sense? That's what we were talking about. So
It sounds great. It sounds
So
it's an amazing
listen,
idea.
this is what we were talking about because that's not of Adrian's interest. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to talk about that kind of stuff.
I know.
So listen,
It's
what
not,
we
not
were
that I don't
talking
want to
about
talk
last
about it.
night.
It's just that people, you're not going to change nobody's mind.
No, and even and let's be real, even if it's taught in the home, it's taught in the home. There's no way that a lot of people are going to want their children to be deconstructed on what they have in boundaries and rules and what they have going on in their home. If they teach that
Right.
stuff in school, that's the quickest way for that school to be defunded and all the things because parents are like, hey, I'm teaching my kids this. You don't have a right to, you know what I'm saying, change their mindset because this is the mindset I want them to have. But the BDS, the last night, I read an article, right, of a woman mummifying a man in saran wrap, duct taping his mouth and putting a plastic bag over his head and unaliving him. But as she had done that, right, she also glued some high heel boots to his legs
Wow.
because that's what he wanted. He paid $11,000 for that and ended up unalived. Now I'm gonna mute up because I read the whole article to everybody in the room. I had like maybe 30 people in the room,
Is that
and
thing?
yes,
That's
it's a
nuts.
thing.
There's an HBO special. There's actually an HBO special that I was started to watch. It was like a series of how people get unalived by having these different types of kinks. It's weird. And you think to stop people. If that
Well,
was me, you would do it for
a
free.
lot of that ends up being where
I know you fucking lying, Lisa.
you people get you do get people that will get hurt. You'll get people that will get unalived. You'll get people that, especially when you
He
have
asked for it, Charles. He paid
uneducated.
11 for it.
I know, I hear you, and yes, they are, but she was uneducated in some things that she should not have done,
I don't think
and
he would
that's
ask to be unalive though. Did he
but
want to
I
be
don't
unalive?
understand
I
the
don't
back
think
over the
so.
head
I
thing.
don't think she did. He signed up. Yes, and he did. He signed off on a disclosure. He did. But I think she was unexperienced. What's up, Mickey J? I think she was unexperienced. You a little dark. That's all the way dark. If you gonna be dark, at least get paid for being dark, child.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree, absolutely.
Listen,
I don't know.
I, for me, y'all, getting paid $11,000 and still not knowing what my job is, I'm not gonna duct tape anybody's
Yeah,
mouth or nose or put anything on their head. You're gonna suffer. She's in the jail dit. She's in the jail dit, mommy money. She's in the jail dit. She's been in there for about a year now.
Oh wow.
So what it is the people are saying because he did sign this disclosure and because he paid and it was consensual, there was no expectations of what was going to happen. But I think when you do those kind of jobs, when you do the BDS, whatever, I think you should be educated on what it is that you're being paid for. Look at some videos. So if it's hyper suffocating or whatever, find out, to leave the nose and the mouth open so you won't unalive anybody. Get some lessons. Don't just say, yeah, I know how to do this. And you just mess around and
Don't
take
just see the
somebody's
money
daddy.
about it and then be like, oh, I can do it.
and that's
Right.
why a lot
You're
of times
absolutely right.
when we talk about things like being a dom in the lifestyle, you get a mentor and things of that nature where you get educated, right? So that those kinds of things, that as you progress and you are able to do things, you don't hurt people and you don't unalive people and you don't do those things, right? Because again, the idea is to expand those thoughts and processes, expand those those things that you want to experience, but you still want to be able to experience them safely. Now there are other sides of of the spectrum of BDSM where it is paying. And that pain, they know it is, and they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you're in those types of situations, you have to have even more guidance and education because you have to understand how skin works and everything else, and it's a
That
whole
sounds
process of understanding. So, I agree with friends 100% that lady should not have been in that position in any way, shape, or form. Even if you sign a
You think
disclosure and you
she
don't
should have
have
done jail
information
time
on it,
for
you
it
don't
though?
know. Yeah, she can because she didn't know what the hell she was doing.
I mean, she unalived somebody, so that's kind of like,
Yeah,
manslaughter at the lowest. But she still
that's
gotta
further
know
reason than
your
I guess
things.
you're right.
So Saturday, I'm having a dominatrix come in and explain and talk about all the things for Saturday night. Listen, we're grown, and I'm getting tired of these
I love
childish
it. If I could stay up,
conversations.
I'm in bed by 8 o'clock, friends. I'm in bed mad early. That's the problem. Let me go to bed early.
Oh,
I'll
I
try to
be in
stay
the
up.
bed while I'm talking to y'all. Child, I'm in the bed right now talking to you. All right. Yes, maybe they do need to start a class, Mommy Money, and get some certifications or something.
There are a lot
I
of
would think
actually
they would have.
classes.
Is
There's
there, Charles?
mentorships. There's a lot of different things that you get and that you can get into to learn and educate yourself. And believe it or not, there is. There's
Maybe you should
also a lot
start
of
that,
books
Mama
out
Betty.
there about different things like this. And those are out there for them as well. But again, a lot of people think that if you watch a couple of YouTube videos, now I'm good to go and I can do this.
Can you
No,
invite
no, you
Lisa
can't.
Steele up for me, please? Invite Lisa Steele up. I have questions.
Your questions
Come
about
is
Lisa.
here,
Well, actually, I
Lisa.
was about to end my live. I've been on since 3 o'clock, I think.
This
I've
And
been
I
morning?
on since
Oh yeah, I was asleep.
yeah. I've been going to bed at 8 o'clock and up at 3.
And that's what I
Yeah.
was
I mean,
saying. Is
I'm
there
an
are
early
classes,
bird.
there are, you get a mentor, you do those different types of things again, so that you understand and learn how to do these things correctly. And like I said earlier, some people think that they watch a couple of YouTube videos or they watch that damn 50 Shades movie, which irritates the hell out of me. I hate that movie. Um, and they think that they're good to go, and that is a problem. And people get hurt a lot. People get unalived a lot. People have it. It is a
And you don't
very
want
big
to do
problem.
jail time because you don't know how to do it the right way, right?
Absolutely not.
Well,
That's
yeah, and
that's the key is again, if there's our there again, expanding people's horizons, expanding people in those in the ideas that they want to experience and all those kinds of things. It's a great thing and it's fun, but you have to know what you're doing. If
you
you
have to know what
don't,
you're doing.
it's yeah,
That's
you
for
can get people.
everything. I think with everything, even I think for everything that we do, I think we shouldn't do everything. We should know what we're doing.
Well, I mean, they require you to drive a. They require you to have a license to drive a car. I mean, think about that. So we're talking about
I
human
am
beings.
just because you're another reason why my live got bananas yesterday. Because you was in my panel too. All you people that was in my panel are the reason why I got bananas yesterday. Sorry, Charles, to interrupt you, but I'm really upset because we can't talk about dogs and animals and spirit beings. And
I
I
know
think
you
Justin that he
fucking.
would be a roach or something like that, or he will be a because it was because roaches are very they're resilient. They're resilient. It's
Yeah,
very hard to kill a roach.
Motherfuckers they stay living, don't they? They stay living.
they can live through a
Charles
nuclear
was gonna
blast.
be a
Yeah,
bear. It was a specific type of bear. What kind of bear was it that Charles you were
a
gonna be?
Kodiak bear. Kodiak bear.
Okay. It was specific.
That's right.
All right, friends, before you leave us, what kind of animal would you be if you could be an animal?
Oh, I don't want to be an animal. I want to be a
You
butter.
could be a human. A human's an
I
animal.
know. I want to be a butterfly.
Oh,
There
I
you go.
love that. I can see that with all your beautiful colors. I can see that.
I love butterflies, so I'm gonna give y'all a short story and then I'm gonna get down. I do invite y'all over anytime. Y'all know y'all welcome. Saturday nights at 8 p.m. we will be talking adult live and also getting an erotic book reading for the ladies. So
I love it.
yeah, y'all can come and listen to somebody
Please
being
follow
pamper
Friends with
you.
Attitude. Yes. I
Yeah,
love that
y'all
you're
can
doing
listen to
that too,
somebody
friends.
being pampered. You can
Especially
get
being
your
a
wine
married
and listen.
woman. You think people sometimes think the married women are old spinsters and they're not fun and exciting, especially when
Oh
you've been
no,
married for so long. So I love that you have this open space for single people as well as married people to get a little
yeah, I
spice in
ain't
their
like that.
life.
I ain't like that. Shit, I'm married and I'm married for a reason. All right. I like for everybody to be entertained and everything, but I would want to be a butterfly. So I love butterflies. And when my mom passed away, I've always loved flowers. As y'all can see, they always talking about me and my flowers, but I really don't give a fuck. When my mom passed away, took my kids to the zoo. I was really, really sad. So I went into this butterfly house and all
That
these
in Tennessee?
butterflies, all these butterflies landed on me. I'm talking about from my head down to my feet. I had butterflies covering me. And I knew right then it was my mom because she also loved roses and flowers and butterflies. We used to sit at the park and we used to look at flowers and we used to talk about butterflies. And I knew it was her. And it just gave me the spirit of fulfillment. And if I wanted to be something, I would want to be or come back as a butterfly.
Oh, that was beautiful, friends. Thank you for sharing that story with us. That's a beautiful story. I love that. Oh, that touched my heart. Thank you. I love that. I love
Stop
that.
making
All
me
right, Mom.
me and my kids softies.
She gonna be a
You
custom
make me into
butterfly.
cheering softies, Adrian.
Oh, I'm not good. I
I
want to
love
make
butterfly
everybody
too.
softies. Nothing wrong with that.
Good morning,
It's
y'all.
really
Good
innocent.
morning.
Good morning, Mommy Money.
I want to answer this question.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
you want
be.
to answer? Oh, okay. She wanted to answer the question. Okay. What kind of animal would you be, Mama Money?
So I'm
You
gonna
there?
be a unicorn.
Oh, yeah. I love
Because
that.
I'm one of a kind. There's
You
no
are
one
one
like
of a
me.
kind.
Wait,
I
you better
love it.
expound on that because there was a guy
I was
in
going
here
to say,
yesterday that
yeah,
said he
but
wanted to be a
be
unicorn
careful with
for
the
a different
unicorn
A
horn
reason.
guy
thing.
said it.
Oh
Yeah, a guy said
God,
yesterday he
oh
wanted to be a
God,
unicorn.
yeah.
And
Be
why did the
careful with
man say
the
he wanted to be a
unicorn.
unicorn again?
He wanted to be a unicorn so he could ram his horn up the other guy
And
who
I
was in
think that's
line.
why Mommy
But
Money want to be a
yeah,
unicorn so she can ram people up with her horn.
the tailpipe.
Is that
Did
what?
you say it was a man that wanted to be a unicorn?
Right.
He specifically
He
said
wrote
he
a
wanted
song
to
to
So
the
be
guy. He
beautiful.
a
wrote a song to the
unicorn
guy and
yesterday
everything.
because he wanted to ram
I
his
know
horn
you was
up
lying.
another guy's
It's so
tailpipe
Go get on
in the
here with your
line.
Aretha Franklin wig with that
Girl,
color.
I got new wigs in the shop. New
Oh
wigs.
no, not
Okay.
the not Aretha
Oh,
Franklin.
nice. Beautiful.
Don't
Look
make
at
me
it.
call you
Gorgeous
out,
as
Aretha
always.
Franklins.
Hush.
Don't hate. The unicorn is in the building. Don't hate.
So
All right,
listen,
unicorn. You could be a unicorn.
Unicorn
I
had nine
love
little
it.
colors, child. We might have yellow, blue, green, orange. You don't know what color we're gonna show a week.
I
Aretha
love
Franklin,
that.
Patti LaBelle, call me what you want. I'm all
All
Dolly
that.
Parton. I'm gonna be Dolly Parton next week. Watch me.
Hey, you go do that Saucy Santana video and go shake your tits. Just
listen. If
Saucy
you're gonna be Dolly Parton,
Santana.
if you're gonna be Dolly Parton, be prepared for back problems.
Oh,
Oh
Ah,
Lord.
shut up.
I won't
Good
have that
Josh.
part. I'm gonna have that with the
Jesus Christ.
blonde
That
hair.
was
I can't even do
horrible.
that.
No, she got back problems for a different reason.
Yeah,
Who?
You said you was getting
she
ready to
got those double
preach.
weights on the front that she had built up. Like she paid like $1 million
I thought
for
he
that.
just said he was getting ready to preach. He up here talking about titties.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't say
don't
anything.
listen
I
to
said
Just. He's
back
a troll.
problems.
Well, who he gonna
Just
preach
is an
to?
old
Oh God.
troll.
Listen. I got a new animal that I want to be, and
Okay.
I'll give you a reason why. Right.
All right, go.
So the animal that I want to be, in addition to the other two, is a
Okay.
tapeworm
What?
because I could
What?
be attached to you
Hell,
and grow with you.
Oh, that's so fucking disgusting.
see,
And I was
what
gonna poop you out. Can
Yes,
I poop
you
you
yes,
out?
spent
You was
all
about to
yes,
say that,
day
yes.
coming up
Adrian.
with a
Absolutely.
tapeworm.
You want to be shit all day, boy. You want to be shit all day.
You
Now
spent
he
all
over
That
here
was
day with
sounding
gorgeous.
a
like
tapeworm.
Mommy Money. Now he over here sounding like James. He want to be shitted out, detox.
What I'm talking about.
Just is one of our oldest friends here on TikTok. Remember? He's been around, but you know how he is. He slips and slides every once in a while. You see him, and then you don't see him, and then you see him, and then you don't see him.
And the
Well,
only
that's why
reason
he
why I'm
want to
up
be a
this early.
tapeworm out here slipping and sliding.
Hmm
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. That's why he
Think
wants to be
about
a
it like
table.
this: we'll always eat dinner together.
Oh God.
I don't- no, no.
Yeah.
That's why he's a troll. You see, he's not funny.
Me being a tapeworm, we will grow together.
And that
Well,
ain't
you
even
don't
an
grow
animal.
in
Well,
no
That
maybe.
ain't
way.
even an animal. What the hell would a tapeworm be
Is it an animal?
It
categorized
is an
as?
Well, I
animal.
guess neither is a unicorn.
Technically, a tapeworm is considered an insect the same way that you would consider other insects, but it's also considered a parasite because a parasite is something that will unalive you.
Yeah. So you're either
Oh
always
Lord,
Y'all
remember
gonna
you
oh
grow
Lord.
together?
You're not growing together. You're
Gonna
eating
grow
and
together
taking
and
all
go
of their
together, right, mommy
nutrition
money?
and
They gonna go together too.
unalive your
Jesus
host.
Christ.
You're not even being nice to your host. You're taking all their nutrients and you're unaliving your host.
That
I
sounds like a
mean,
mate.
hey,
Oh,
you
You're
know
not
what?
growing
Like a mate.
together.
You know what?
everybody
Fetuses
says
do the same thing.
No, you're like a man.
Wow.
Mhm.
I can't stand
In
y'all.
Chicago,
I
shut
can't
your ass
stand
up.
you.
I ain't said nothing about no slipping and sliding. That was other folks talking about stuff sliding out their bodies.
No, that
Not
was
me.
Adrian and you. Y'all were talking about slipping in and sliding all over the place earlier
Yeah.
today.
Now,
I told Adrian
now
to
Who
be
wants
just
to
good
want
do
to be
today.
that?
And
a tapeworm.
yeah, I want to be a tapeworm.
I'm done with
Well,
him.
y'all get your detox ready and grab your toilet. Let's go.
Where's our
I'm
TV?
calling
Where's our
ATV
TV?
right now. I'm saying
Inside
calling her
joke.
right now. I'm calling her right now. I'm getting
All
rid
right,
of
can I end
damn
my live now? Can I end my
day.
live? I'm tired. I'm tired.
Okay, you go to sleep.
Oh wow, I can't believe the
We had to
sun is
give
It's
you
up
not
some
my
over
fault
there.
y'all
laughs.
not up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Look, we was getting trauma dumped on. We had to give you some laughs before after all the
Thank
trauma
you. I
dump.
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
it. I, pre-
Cause
I,
the tears had me like, what the hell? And I had to go grab me
I,
a bag of chips and apple juice, Jesus. I
I,
said,
Adrian,
I
Lord,
get it. That's why
No,
I like to have really
And
lighthearted conversations, like what kind of animal you would be, right? Because you can't. It's not a debate on what kind of animal I could be.
well,
That's
I
who I. You know what I mean? There's no
want to
debate
be a
about it.
cat.
There's no. Your favorite movie is not something that we could debate about. Your what character will play you in a movie is something that we can't debate about. So I like to have lighthearted conversations. Sex is usually something that we really can't debate about. So I like to have like
well, we
because it's like
can
we have enough of
about
that on TikTok everywhere else. Like let's
When,
just keep
when
that
I was a
everywhere else.
cat, I was
it.
ran over 3 times and by my mother, and I was.
Well,
And that one
respectfully
time
though,
and Ben
friends,
King.
I have a question. I got a question though, friends. Did it seem like that other than I'm going to say this respectfully, but did it seem like that other lady had her story continued to change to make it so that she fit everybody else's story did that when was it
I'm
like
gonna
that at
plead the
all?
fifth. I'm gonna plead the fifth. But I know I was trauma dumped on this morning, and I need to go take me a dump myself to get rid of all that
Okay, get
toxicity.
that
And
you
the
tapeworm.
better not.
tapeworm.
You
Don't
better
forget
not
the
get rid of
tapeworm.
me, the
Get
tapeworm.
the tapeworm.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. I just drunk my apple juice. You gotta go.
Who wants to tapeworm around? Who wants to tapeworm around? You better take that and don't get
Charles
mixed
and
diagnosed
that
with it. Make sure you know what you have and take the right medicine, okay?
Charles, ain't that how the story's supposed to go on TikTok? Everybody's story seem to do the same thing. That thing will change in 2 seconds, 2 minutes, or 2 days.
Everybody it
Just
does.
depends on when
Sometimes
when
it
it's
does,
What
time.
and
up,
I just
Al?
don't understand why. And I understand that you want to be a part of a conversation, right? But don't
Some people can't
change
help
your
it
story to
though.
fit everybody
And
else's
Charles is speaking
story and
true.
then one up them, if that makes sense.
Welcome to
I
TikTok.
just don't
Welcome to
understand
TikTok, Charles. Charles, you've been here. You've been
No,
TikTok long enough. You should
I'm
know this
glad
by
y'all
now.
pointed
it.
out though. I'm glad because it make you
Yeah,
feel like a
So
crazy
nobody asked you.
person. You
Nobody
like
asked you.
what the hell? So no.
I
Thank you.
don't care.
Keep speaking the
Let
truth,
people
Charles.
be who they are. Okay, here
No,
we go. Let people be who they are.
never.
If that's who they are, if they want to be flip floppers, let them be who they are.
I don't like
Oh, shut
fan
up, Ronald
fiction.
McDonald back there. I'll call Al Ronald McDonald because he's always smiling.
I
That's
don't.
Al.
I
Al
don't
is
know.
another lighthearted person. Al is funny. He's lighthearted. He's never really serious. If he is, that means somebody really pissed
Piss
him
him off.
off.
Right.
You know.
I think that goes
But
for all
y'all,
of us, right? There's only so much
I'm
that
gonna
we
I'm
could
gonna
take.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get down because Adrian want to go lay down. We'll be all morning. She'll be up still with us.
Whoa! She going to lay down.
When
Shut
she
up.
came up here with the trauma dumping, I did this not my live. And see, this is how you know I'm in control of myself. I just muted up and I sat here and I cut the TV up. I cut the TV up. And then I waited until somebody else started talking.
Go lay
Hell, I
down.
left and came back. That's why in the comments I was like, what the hell? Wait a minute, what happened? And then I just be quiet in the comments, I guess.
You got to
Stay
go
down.
lay
Day,
down.
friends. Enjoy your rest of your afternoon. Thank you so much for coming up here and just being naturally you.
Adrian, you
Expecting
know
me
it's
you.
still morning time, right? It's not afternoon yet. It's morning.
It's not. It's not. To
No,
me, it is.
still morning.
I've been
Go
up
lay
since 2 o'clock.
down.
I know you've been up
I've been
since
up
3
since
a.m.
2
I don't know what
o'clock. To me, I've been up for a whole 8 hours. I'm exhausted.
I get up.
And I
I
gotta
get
run
up
around with my
before
mother later
4:30 or
on.
5 o'clock sometimes, but I just know. No, I'm
Well,
not getting up
it's
at 3 a.m.
9:45. It's 10 o'clock my time. So to me, it's afternoon. I've been up since 2:30. I've been up for almost a whole 12 hours. So I've been up, and I'm gonna take my mother. I'm running around her, doing her errands around 2 o'clock. So yeah. So I'm gonna definitely take a nap.
The sun is not even up over here yet.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I
He's
forgot
on the
you're in
West Coast over
Arizona.
there. He's
In
over there on the West
Arizona.
Coast.
So go lay down.
Go lay down. You have an amazing day. Just thank you guys for hanging out with me. Oh, thank
And
you
don't
for my
snore
cowboy
too
hat. The good in the
loud.
I
cowboy hat.
cannot lay down. What makes y'all
Huh?
think I'll have that opportunity?
Sorry, that's what happens. Sorry, Mama Money. I can't. Sorry. Sorry. Are you
I
a
don't
late?
need to mic
Mama Money's not a
interrupt.
late bloomer. She is, but she's not. She is, but she's not.
Y'all
She's
have a
not a
great
late
day.
bloomer, but she is because she has 2 little ones at home. All right.
That's gonna drag me all day long because they ain't gotta go to school. Let me go on mute. But y'all have a
Look,
great
all you
day.
gotta do is give them a Snickers bar and let them go.
No, that makes it worse. Shut up,
What's
Just.
your address so I can send them right on over there with their Snickers bar?
2300 Jackson Street.
He makes it like it's so easy. Tell him to just have
2300
Snickers bar.
2300 Jackson Street, Gary, Indiana.
Jackson. There you go.
Why don't I believe that?
Again, right?
You're
All right,
sending your
guys, you
kids
have an
halfway across the
amazing day. Enjoy your everything. Enjoy your day. Enjoy being on TikTok, getting some positive lives. I'm probably going to listen to Bella's live because I haven't caught up with it, but I'm going to fall asleep probably during it because sometimes the court cases will be dragging on and on and on. Mama Money, I know that you've been working hard, but I really do miss your lives at nighttime. I love you guys. Just stay around, be around. Don't be a stranger. And Charles, you have an amazing day as well. You guys have an amazing one. Thank you for
Have a
joining
good
me.
day.
Thank you for the conversation as
Then
always.
stop being a
And
tapeworm.
stop being a tapeworm. Bye, Al. Stop smiling, Al. Stop being Ronald McDonald. Good morning, Navi. Okay, let me go. Everybody's
Have a good day,
waking up
y'all.
now. Everybody's waking up now. All right. I love you guys and have a great day. See you later. Bye.